Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Please be advised, the amount of bad jokes and puns contained within the following stream has not been evaluated by the USDA. If at any time you feel as though you may have consumed too many bad jokes, please consult a physician or a professional immediately. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com. And we are live! How is everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. I see Atlantic was here first saying, hey, y'all. Welcome, Atlantic, and thank you for coming in without the need for a very loud, ear-splitting sound alert redeem. How are you doing? Said rare on-time appearance. Well, it's good to have you here. On time or late, Atlantic. I just am appreciative for anyone who's here at any time. And if anyone's lurking, I see we've got a couple lurkers already over on YouTube. I'm just checking the Twitch chat. Feel free to post something over there too if you want. I'll read all comments out loud. Or not. You can just lurk. It's fine. Queen Katie says, howdy. Gonna lurk a tiny bit. I'm trying to export a GIF I made. Ooh. You gonna tell us what the GIF is? Is it something fancy? Are you making like another emote for your channel? Eggland said, I haven't started Date Everything yet, but I so badly want to. I've just been busy/tired. I have seen like multiple things popping up on my social media feed about Date Anything. I'm still like not sold on the art style for it. There's something about it that's just like a little not my jam, but I love the concept. The voice cast looks amazing. I kind of want to play it too. But maybe it's good if I don't, like, if I'm not crazy about the art style, because then I won't risk falling in love with my refrigerator, I guess. But how are you doing, Atlantic? Queen Katie, Eglin. Oak says, hey, Longa, how you doing? Oak says, okay, I never actually finished watching what I missed last AA stream. What happened? Besides you making a theory that Sean is evil or something. Well, my theory is that Sean isn't really a kid. And the reason why you see him drinking the milk is like his growth is stunted and he's pretending, and he might be secretly one of the children of either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto, and he might be the murderer. That the reason why crap, who was it? Someone who's able to get up into the storeroom through the committee chamber room, which you had to use a key card for, but the only record of the key card from last case was his mom, Verity Cavell. But yeah, I'll give you guys a recap on where we're at. So let me go ahead and load up the game. Oh, and we got a couple people over on YouTube. Jax says, in the words of the king of protein himself, I've been waiting for this. Crap, who's the king of protein? Okay, here's the thing. I should probably be consuming more protein than I do, because I go to the gym multiple times a week. I got back from the gym just shortly before going live here. But I should be changing my diet. But the last time I tried to buy a protein thing, a supplement, it tasted bad. And then I found some protein bars that taste good, but they kind of leave you gassy afterward. Is there like good protein that anybody makes? Okay, wait. So where are we at here? I think it's this one. Let's go ahead and load up this save. And Lemon Grab saying hi. How you doing, Lemon Grab? I did see. Had you joined our? You joined our Discord, right? Long before that, you were like able to hang out at the streams. Yeah. But it's good to have you here. And Dermo says, hey, how you doing, Dermo? Still over on Twitch. Eglin says, I see you added the breathe reminder. I did. Have you seen it yet, Eglin? It is. I think it's quite impressive. But I do think we should wait until I need to breathe, because it's like a cooldown. You can only use it twice per stream. Bean saying, hello, how was your last stream? The metaphor stream, I think it was good. We're making some good progress there. We're getting closer and closer to what might be the final boss or the penultimate boss. I don't know, but it's exciting. How are you doing, Beans? Eglin says, oh, breathe, not breath. Oak says, yes, it is amazing. Quickita said, well, Art Fight is coming up next month. Oh, I forgot about that. So I made myself a cute GIF of myself waving from my profile page. Oh, it's adorable. Okay, so to recap with where we're at, Oak was asking about it if anybody else needs it for where we left off last time. So we determined through our special sleuthing work that it looks like Sean was kidnapped. I'm putting that in quotes because I think he may have staged his kidnapping by being thrown in a trunk that was said to be picked up by a garbage truck that took him away to the dump. And we found out that he was at the dump. Well, at the beginning of the stream, you probably saw that, Oak, that we were on the phone with the kidnapper, and heard a loud firework, we assume, bang, go off in the background. Heard what happened? I'm talking to the chat. I'm talking to the chat. Wait. Look at the bottom. Wait. Can we get it saying wrong save? Oh, did I do the wrong save? Where's the right save then? Oh, you're right. This is the wrong save. Oh, thank you. We're in the previous case right now. It was this one. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you for the heads up. I was in the wrong chapter entirely. But now we got it correct here. Okay, so there, that's better. Smug Edgeworth. An Excelsius winner is still on the stand, but it's like a different place. Thank you. Okay, so Sean is in the dump. We sent a couple people over there, Gumshoe and Kay, to go get him, but we ran out of time for Verity Fender and Franziska to stall in the courtroom. So we came back in, and Edgeworth, like, basically hinted toward Cavell, like, hey, this is being taken care of, please trust me. And now we are helping with the cross-examination, helping Franziska with the cross-examination of Excelsius winner, huh?
Damn, I was hoping you wouldn't notice and continue on with Excelsius interrogation as if nothing was wrong in your mouth. Boo.
I kind of wonder how long it would have taken me to figure out that it was the wrong save. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Well, because who was... Oh, Queen Katie did the what happened. So thank you, Queen Katie. You already, from while lurking, working on your GIF, have saved the stream. And what else happened? Oh, yeah, so we came here, and Excelsius winner is claiming that there's no connection between him and Warden Fifi Lagarde, whose trial this is. And we have presented the document that we found up in the safe in the storeroom that showed communication and collaboration between the two of them in regard to Bodyhar Mechanus, the blind assassin with the dog in the prison chapter. Does that make sense? Are we all caught up? Now that we're caught up, I'll read just a couple more quick comments, and then we'll actually play the game, which would be nice, I guess, to do eventually. There's probably people who turned out just to see that. Let's see. Oak says, oh yeah, Logan, have you seen Katie's new ping tuber model? I have! It's so cool. It's got like so much motion to it. It's very neat. And like the eyes can move around like from the mouse and everything. Eglin said, I want to date that D20. Oh, there's a D20 in there. I assume there's like 100 or something like that. There's probably as many household objects to date in that game as there are Pokemon. Oak says, I can't tell if this is going to be in the Hall of Fame with Makoto, I won't say what that is because of spoilers, or the Hall of Fame, Hall of Lame with Takaya is chairman. Oh yeah, because you're blind with this too, so you don't know. Speaking of Persona, the Makoto doing that, I'm still working on it, but I think that clip is going to be going up on Sunday, if I can get it done. I got a question for you guys, because it is basically, I won't say what it is for the sake of spoilers for people who haven't played Persona 3, but it is the ending sequence of Persona 3 and my reaction to it. Now, the problem is I checked that, and start to finish, that's about 6 minutes long, which is kind of long for a video. I try to avoid going over 3 minutes at the absolute most. So I checked, and I can trim it down to 3 minutes, but it like skips around a lot. Do you think people would rather see like the full 6 minutes, get the emotional impact interspersed with my little verbal reactions, or should I just trim it down to just me like reacting? I don't know what I'll do, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Over on YouTube, Dermo says, oh, wrong save. I think all you guys noticed this. I suppose if I'd looked at the screen and read what he was saying and checked in the background, I would have noticed. But thank you, everybody. Dermot says, unless Excelsius was reinstated since last time. Well, he is on the stand. We are interrogating him, but he is in prison. Toshi says, hi, how's everyone? I'm doing all right. How you doing, Toshi? Opinion, how are you doing? Opinion says, hello. I've started watching a stream archive of the Devil. Of the Devil. I'm really enjoying it so far. What is Of the Devil?
You could do a two-parter for YouTube, honestly. I had to do that for Nora recently, BC. I had to compile 9 minutes of clips into 3 different shorts.
Oh, it was even worse when shorts were limited. We're limited to 1 minute. That was the worst. I mean, I think when I post it to YouTube eventually, I will trim it down to the 3-minute version. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, should I just do the 6-minute version? I've had like a surprising number of people on recent Persona clips complain that I yap too much. And like, just play the game, just do the gameplay. And it's like, dude, you can like, then play the game yourself. Why are you here? But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. So I will trim it down for YouTube. But like, I'm trying to figure out what to post on TikTok. So we'll see. I'll probably just post the full thing. I'm like halfway through editing it at the full length, so why not? So yeah, Opinion, what is Of the Devil? But you're really enjoying it so far. Awesome. Derma says, it's really hot and humid recently. Water cut out for a while, so it was a nightmare. We had nearby where I live, I wasn't actually in it, but I was close enough that I was like, maybe I should anyway. We had one of those boil water warnings where the water got contaminated for a few days. So that sucked. Fortunately, it's not humid here, but it's been hot. So my heart goes out to you, Dermo. Jose says hi. How you doing, Jose? Lemon Grab says hi. Oh, I saw you say hi earlier. Hi again, Lemon Grab, saying I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to have you. And Opinion says, Of the Devil is another murder mystery visual novel. You're a defense attorney in a cyberpunk dystopia. The art is so charming, and I love the protag. Hang on. I'm gonna write this down because that sounds interesting. Of the Devil. I feel like somebody else may have mentioned that before, but I'm not sure. And, oh, there's where Oak says, should I get a Klondike bar? And Quick said, Logan, you're at the wrong save. Logan, wrong save. Laughing. Thank you very much. You saved the stream. All right, 12 and a half minutes into stream. We're actually gonna play some game now. I feel like that shouldn't be too bad. I know there are a lot of VTubers out there who spend like 20, 30 minutes just yapping before the game, but I feel like I'm not like cool enough online to have that. Like, people don't tune in for me. Oh, well, you guys do, but I'm saying like lurkers don't tune in for me. They tune in for the game. So let's play the game. This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone. Oh yeah, and who might that be? The late Mr. Bronco Knight. Hang on, I just got a notification on Steam. I just received a gift. Did you guys see that pop up? What is the gift that I just received? Is Tiff here? It's from Tiff. Oh, it's Date Everything. Tiff says this is an early birthday gift. Now, Logan, go Date Everything. 2 exclamation points, all caps. Awesome. Yeah, because my birthday is coming up in 2 weeks from today, actually. So accept gift. Thank you, Tiff. All right, well, we can add that to the list of games we can now play. I feel bad that my camera gets so dim for that because I can't find a light mode on Steam. Thank you, Tiff. Everybody say thank you, Tiff. We can now date everything. We can date everything. Everything. Thank you for the birthday gift. That is so nice of you, so kind of you. Thank you. Okay, the late Mr. Bronco Knight. For a second, I thought that was like an achievement popped up for Edgeworth saying Bronco Knight. And the interrogation was to be carried out by none other than Walden Lagarde. Oh wait, is that the interrogation where ... question mark? Yes, where Knight was killed. This document shows Warden Lagarde planning the interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered. This is indeed important evidence.
Objection!
Why is Francisco objecting? Miles Edgeverse, you refer to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate? To whom was this report addressed? That's not an objection. That's just a follow-up question. Cool your shorts there, Francisca. A very good question, Ms. Von Karma. And the answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document from a safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Big building. That's the storeroom where the lots for the underground auction were kept. It is an auction, if you recall, that was presided over by one Excelsius winner. Okay, to be fair, I think we haven't proved that yet in court. Like, he hasn't had his trial, so I don't think we can like legally refer to that as definitive. But yeah, hang on, I gotta have a sip of water. Because like I was just saying a second ago, it is hot today, and my AC does not seem to be able to keep up. There we go. I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat though. Oak says, nobody tell him. I guess that would have been funny, but I'm glad we got it figured out. Bean says, I'm doing great, thanks. Playing some Persona 5 Royal, going to Hawaii. Wait, hang on. Are you talking about, because like, was Hawaii where their trip was? I feel like they went to Hawaii. I remember the bit where like Ryuji was talking about, man, everybody's talking about Phantom Thieves. You think all the Phantom Thieves are talking about here or us? Or are you going to Hawaii yourself? I've never been to Hawaii. I'd love to go to Hawaii. A friend of mine went to Hawaii once. He swam with the sharks and then pooped in the water and the sharks almost ate him. Quickie says, I clocked it when Chairman was somehow outside of the courtroom and talking about Rosie. That's case 4, lol. Bumbo! How you doing, Bumbo? Says, what happened? Might not have been here fully last time and was wondering why we're back here. Okay, so hopefully you were here for were you here for the recap? Do I need to recap again, Bumbo? But we are correct where we are now. Nora, how you doing, Nora? Says, I can't hear or anything right now because I'm in the car, but Oak, you need to check your DMs right now. Okay, then I feel like if people can't hear, I should do like more visual stuff. I'll check YouTube in a minute, but let's play a bit more of the game. Oh, the music stopped. And that is to whom the report in question was addressed. Do you still mean to insist that you and Warden Lagarde barely knew one another? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna, like, claim he never received the report? That maybe someone else was impersonating him on the other end of the report? I'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment, if you don't mind. Are you invoking your Fifth Amendment rights? What? I don't believe it's been conclusively proven that I was the auctioneer yet, has it? See, it's what I'm saying. He's got a point. Have you forgotten the events of this morning already? I think I proved that fact more than adequately. Yeah, but it wasn't a trial, though. I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes, but that was not the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, did you call it? If you can't, then, well, you certainly can't prove that the report was addressed to me! I mean, to be fair, it should be easy to prove. We have the proof, like yank off his fake beard, show the burn mark, and just do everything. We just gotta go. In fact, that'd be good for us because that will stall for time more. You won't wriggle your way out of this one. So unfair. Sniffle, tell him Verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you, when you permitted Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre interlude, that was most unlike you. It's saddening, truly it is, to see you failing in your sacred duty to the law. Law. Oh, sploosh. Almost saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures. Ooh. Ooh. Flick. Oh, I'm worried about my son. You're right, of course. Until a fact has been adequately proven in the courtroom, it cannot truly be considered a fact. I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record. Ah, it's no good. She has to know for certain that Sean is safe. I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are two different things. All right, I'm going to read some more chat now. Let's see. Queen Gaty says, yeah, it didn't take very long for me to make the model. I'm so happy and proud that it didn't die on me. Because the last time I tried doing a model that bounced, it lagged so bad. But this new program has a setting to change frames per second, which is a blessing. And Logan, I've suffered through people's playthroughs of 3 hours, all from the same person. I can take 6 minutes. That's because you're a trooper. You're a trooper. Most people wouldn't like that much of me. Most people would stop at like 4 minutes of me. It's like, that's too much. Bubba says, probably trimming it'll make it do better, but it's up to you. I don't know, because like, I feel like TikTok is on a thing where they really push longer videos these days. I'm constantly getting long videos on my For You page. And so, but I don't know if there's like a balance to it. Like if there's a curve, it's like they like longer videos to a point and then it's like diminishing returns. Oak said, I personally would love to see an edited version of the whole thing, but like Bumbo said, it would probably perform better if it was shorter. Eglin says, I'm playing a game with one of those food merge mini games, and it was one of those limited time characters that leave after like an hour, but it gives generous rewards. You can give them what they want, 12 coins. That was my tip. Wait, so you merge foods? Is this another Bug Snacks thing? Oak says, Tev! Quickgator says, gasp! Is this gonna be the break game? Maybe? Maybe? I really want to play Deltarune. But maybe? Eglin says, pfft. Quickgator said, when we finish either Metaphor or this game. Tiff says, T. Thank you. I mean, it may happen. It may happen. Let's take a look over on YouTube real quick. Jose says, do you have any theories for this case? Yes, okay, so Jose, I'll recap this also for you, for anyone else who, my main theory is that, because I was trying to think who the killer could be. And the killer, the mastermind that has done all this, it has to be someone that we've seen before in this game. It should not, however, be someone from a previous game. So it's not going to be like Lotta Hart, Penny Nichols, Will Powers, the Ron Delight, and what's her name, his wife. It's not going to be Lang, Gumshoe, obviously. So the most likely candidates, I figure, are either Tabby Lloyd, Simeon Saint, Verity Gavelle, or Sean Fenn. Okay? I feel like, I mean, Tabby Lloyd and Simeon Saint, they're up there. They're in the top 3. Verity, I think, has kind of come down in suspicion. I think she may have helped the mastermind, but I don't think she is the mastermind. And it also is possible that it might be kind of like the Yatagarasu in the Last Investigations game, where there are multiple people who are the Yatagarasu, multiple people could be the mastermind, it could be a conspiracy. But I think it's Sean. I think it is Sean. I think he's faking his age, that he's not actually 13, that he probably has some condition that has stunted his growth. That's why we have this whole mature for his age with a menacing demeanor. I think he is one of the children of either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto. I don't know if Verity Gavelle knows about this. As I said before, we learned last time that somebody had gone through the prosecutorial committee using the elevator there to get up into the storeroom last time when Gumshoe gave us the security camera footage from the rooftop, right? And so the only way somebody could get in is if they use a key card. And you remember in the last case, Gavelle had gone in with a key card record, and she said it was just to fetch the IS-7 case file. I'm going to say that it was actually Sean going there, moving the body. Oh, that's what it was. It was moving Kay's unconscious body up there. So Sean went in there, moved Kay's unconscious body up there. He used his mom's key card to get through. And she, I think, is aware of some of this and not wanting Sean to get in trouble, just claimed that she used it, grabbed the IS case file maybe at some other time and just said, oh, I went in, I got this, see, to kind of cover for him. That's my current running theory. I'm probably wrong. If it's not him, then I still think it's either Tabby or Simeon. But I think it's him. I think it's gonna be the twist. It's gonna be a kid, but he's not really a kid. We just think he's a kid. It's like the reverse of, you know how you stack 2 kids in a trench coat and they can sneak into an R-rated movie? This is different. This is a kid who like sliced out a section of his torso and then like stitched it together so it'd be shorter in a trench coat, sneaking into a G-rated Disney movie, I think. Does that make sense, Jose? Opinion says he currently thinks Sean is a fully grown man pretending to keep a excellent hit set instead of backspace. I hate it when that happens. I'm so sorry. Derma says you get warnings. Nobody here gets any notification when the water is contaminated, probably because it's so frequent, nobody drinks it. I've been in places like that before. I remember I spent some time in Bakersfield, California, the apartment that I was staying in. Pretty much every day you'd turn on the faucet and just be brown water, and you have to let it run for like a half hour before it would clear up. I did not drink the tap water there. But no, I always get an email for some reason on things like that. So not a great notification, because like you got to check your email, but I saw it eventually. Lemon Grab says, please let us see my glorious King Shi Long Lang. Well, there was Lang right there. Hopefully we'll see him again. Said Eustace's mom must have been the most jaw-dropping woman ever if he's related to Excelsius. Yeah, he probably takes after his mom. I think Excelsius is, he's not like uggo, but he's just a bit evil looking. I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are 2 different things. And you're more than willing to bend the truth in the courtroom. Is that what you're saying? We shouldn't be surprised. Last case, he was all about, like, I make the truth. Oh, you're scurrilous. I don't think I know that word. I'm gonna Google that. I need to see what this is. Scurrilous. Making or spreading scandalous claims about someone with the intent of damaging their reputation. Let's see your pronunciation. Scurrilous. I'm learning new words. Oh, you're a scurrilous soul. I'll do no such thing. I'll simply accept the court's verdict as the truth, should it choose to acquit me, as should you. If we can't find that missing evidence, we're in trouble here. Well, Verity, I think we've heard about all we need to, don't you? Oh, we got a pin message! Pinned by Rukov said, didn't you have a boil water advisory recently? Yes, I was talking about that just a minute ago. I mean, I wasn't within the boundaries of it, but I figured, better safe than sorry. I was like close enough. I was like, yeah, I boiled water for a couple days. But yeah, Rukov, How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are correct. Rukov knows that because Rukov's sister lives like just on the same street as me, just like a little bit north of me here. But how you doing, Rukov? Play a little bit more and then I will read some more in the chat. And wow, it's hot in here.
There's no way that evidence is turning up. Ever. A quick not guilty and we can all go home.
I do hate how in this universe people can be like openingly threatening from the stand. And like, that's like the no consequence. Do we not have a court stenographer?
Objection!
Was that Eustace? Was that Eustace? Is he gonna do something good? Is he gonna be useful? Is he gonna be cool for once? Who said that? I think it was Eustace! Hey! I think it's Eustace to the rescue. Oh, please. I want him to have like a full, I mean, he's already had like a redemption arc in his personality, but I want him to like become good at things. Dad.
Eustace.
Oh, Sniffle.
What are you doing here?
Oh, look at it. They're polar opposites. One's fire, one's water. That looks like milk for some reason. He has a lot of dairy in his sinuses.
Mr. Winner, what is the meaning of this?
And where have you been? You can't just abandon your duties like that. Duties, like that. I'm sorry. You are unfit to be a prosecutor. You are a complete and utter disgrace.
Oh, why, Eustace, why can you not get it into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you.
Dad, Oh! Oh, yeah! I brought some vital evidence. Wait, is this a new theme for him? Is this like Eustace is suddenly a good guy theme? Oh, I love this! I gotta read some more in the chat. We gotta enjoy this moment. This makes me happy, like way too happy. Eglin says your early birthday gift was a date. Yeah, with household objects, but I mean, I'll take it. Better than I've gotten recently. Quickity said, I take either Deltarune or date everything for the break game. I don't know, maybe we could just do both. We'll see. Oak says, I still think it should be Deltarune and I haven't even played it. I have still only played chapter 1, but I'm not worried about spoilers. Eglin said, I want to look through the character list and see if I can predict Logan's pick. Oh, I'm tempted to do that, but I want to go in blind. Tiff says, same, I know it's good, but I just haven't had the time. Oak said, are there any characters with short hair? Logan will like them. Based on the voice actor list, it seems like it's very heavily skewed male. So, I mean, that should narrow it down a little bit, because I don't know if you guys noticed. I like girls. Let's see, Quickity said, I'm considering playing chapter 1 and 2 and recording it rather than streaming it, because then I don't have to schedule it when I want to play it. Bubba says, I think so. Tiff says, I know exactly who Logan is going to go for. Oh, really? Let me take a look over on YouTube real quick here. Jack says, either my brain is blank. I'll be right back, Jax.
Katie, fun fact, I literally learned this the other day while recording something, but Eustace has 2 themes in this game. The first theme is called Winning Deductions and Winning Independence.
Oh, Winning Independence. I like that. I like this new theme, because this like other theme was all hokey. It was like a waltz. It was like do da da do da da. And I don't know why, but whenever I hear waltzes, it always makes me think like the character that the theme belongs to is like drunk. And I know he's not drunk, but he's like, I'm being drunk like affects your cognitive reasoning, so it affects him in the same way. But this is like, yeah, I like it. Thank you for the fun fact, and thank you, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. But Jax was saying, either my brain is blank or you're crazy, because I never had any crazy theories come to mind when playing these games. I try to come up with something. I am stumped to try and figure out otherwise who the mastermind could be. Because it's not Excelsius, because whoever called us, unless the person was lying, was like, oh, I'm the one who had Excelsius go do that. It sounded like the person may have manipulated Excelsius doing it. And we did specifically see Sean in the bakery one, with the Artie Frost murder with Carmelo Gusto and all that. And I don't know why they would give us that little peppering. And in the last case as well, we saw him briefly outside. And so, like, why do that unless he's gonna be so important to the overall game? Because, like, we could have just had him be a brand new character to this chapter, and nothing so far would have been negatively impacted by that. But by dropping hints with him, like, then if he is the mastermind, it's more satisfying structurally, I think. Dynamic Tempo says hello. How are you doing, Dynamic Tempo? Welcome, welcome. How is your day going? I hope it's a good one for you. Opinion says, here she comes. Be nice, Francisca. I know you're barely capable of that, but the single tear hits every time. Well, I just love the kind of like fortifying your strength and kind of holding it back. And then, like, I like him. I did not like him early on in the very beginning of the game, but he has completely won me over. It's great. And yes, and their new theme, Dura says, oh my gosh, he's ascended. It's all white. I think he actually just died. He's in heaven. He like, it's very tragic. We're gonna come out and realize, like, oh, he's passed out on the ground. This was all just, you know how your life flashed before your eyes? Instead, he had like, I'm gonna one-up my dad, passing before my eyes. Oh, and also, I have my guess as to what happened here. So, I gotta say this before we see what he's doing. Here's what I think happened. Because we saw him running off toward the murder scene, which is the movie set, right? I said before, early on, that I suspected that maybe the reason why they had the kaiju footprints, there were 3 footprints, is because maybe somebody had drilled through the concrete to bury and hide something, and then made 2 other footprints in order to kind of obfuscate it, to like camouflage it. Because if you see 1, then you're like, oh, somebody did this. Maybe there's got to be something underneath on the dirt. Let's dig through this. But if there's 3, then it's like, oh, well, it's just kaiju footprints, right? But what it was is, I can't remember what it was specifically, but last time we talked about how there was some piece of evidence that had like disappeared a long time ago. Maybe 12 years ago? I can't recall. Because I'm too scatterbrained. But I think that was buried in that lot. And I think Fifi Lagarde had mentioned, in fact, let's check. I think she had mentioned something about something that was buried next to a planter, if I recall correctly. Let's take a look. You're right, darling. Some connection with 9 candidates, and I'm trying to find out who candidates for corresponding games about pulling 9 and Candidates Lucky. Oh, you're here. So you do your bit too and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. So I can't remember if there was a planter there or not, but I'm guessing that where they laid it to rest, the package was there. And so the murderer made those holes to dig it up. And so I think he went over there to like find maybe evidence of it, that maybe like the prints had been made, but it hadn't been dug up yet. And Eustace found it, and so I bet he's coming back with the package that they laid to rest. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably very, very wrong. I'm gonna read some more in the chat on both Twitch and YouTube in a minute. I know I didn't fully catch up to YouTube. I'm sorry. I will do some so soon. But we gotta see what happens. I brought some vital elegance. Some vital elegance. So, can I please, take my place at the prosecutor? Why? Thank you for the Tomcat. I was just in the chat. I'll be back, though. I'll be back to the chat soon. So can I please take my place at the prosecutor's bench? Pretty please? Yes! Yes! Well, Eustace. This is certainly a surprise. I like how Edgeworth seems proud of him. I really enjoy how their relationship has evolved over the course of the game.
Objection. Oh, Eustace, my boy, what's gotten into you? There's something different about you. What's going on?
Dad,
Come on, my boy, spit it out. What is it? Do you want Daddy to play catch with you? That's it, isn't it? All right, why don't you run along home, and I'll be with you soon.
He's getting worried. He knows that Eustace has something good, and he's trying to distract him and send him away. Oh, the way he flinched at him. Oh, that makes me so sad. Get back on the stand right now.
What's gotten into you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Objection! I love that we saw like his sprite do the animation. Judge Cavell, the prosecutor in charge has arrived, along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call an end to proceedings just yet. Oh. No objections from Team Defense. Only wish we could have our original team captain say that herself, though. Oh, and I gotta say, too, was it Jose who was asking about it, or Jax? I think it was Jose. I did for a while suspect maybe Fender might be the mastermind, but he seems to be playing along with this too much. Also, I don't think it can be anybody in this courtroom. So it can't be Fender or Gavel, because we got that call from the mastermind while court was in session for somebody who apparently was out at the dump. The prosecution has no objections either.
You think this farce is going to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all! Isn't that right, Verity?
Fender. Less than 3, 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 less than 3.
Less than 3, less than 3. That is, that. You know what that should be? That should be like the mating call of the, I know, I think we've talked about having Robros be, we should have like a better name for like fans of this channel. And that's a less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. Thank you so much, Tiff, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Once we get some background music, I'll read some more chat. Huh?
You said you had a top 3 of suspects, but what is the order besides Sean?
After Sean,
Boo.
Thank you for the 10 bits. After Sean, I think was Simeon Saint. And then after Simeon Saint is Tabby Lloyd. So they are the top 3. Because Simeon Saint, just because that, I mean, the given the chess set, like, what if he wasn't just duped into it? What if he was secretly masterminding the whole thing? Like, that shows involvement that could be behavior of a mastermind. Tabby Lloyd, simply because there was that weird thing where she suddenly appeared with a loud, like, wow, kind of, thing after Kay yelled at the mastermind over the phone. And she was just like claiming like, oh, just because I was intercepting the signal with my thing. And she's all about like the audio equipment and everything like that. So it could be Tabby. So those are my top 3. So Sean, Simeon Saint, Tabby Lloyd, and watch it be none of them probably. Once again, once we get some more background music, I'll read some more chat soon here. He still thinks he was successful in his bid to kidnap Sean, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Gavel's hands are still tied. Again, that doesn't look like she's nervous. That looks like she is enjoying this way too much. Way too much, and inappropriate for the public. Oh, what? Oh, that's her cell phone, right? Because it's the Torosaurus theme, right? That sound is gonna be the mastermind going, why isn't the trial over yet? That's her cell phone. Well, and because the mastermind doesn't know what's going on here because the mastermind had bugged Kay's pin. Wait, do we still have her pin with us? I thought it was on her costume, but apparently we either have her pin or just a note about it in our organizer. Oh, we got a poll that has appeared. Other fan names like Keep It Low Bros, the Puppy Avengers, the Lonely Watch, Decepticons, and Lonely Lions. I don't know the pronunciation of that, but I see what you're doing there. Thank you for the poll, whoever redeemed that. Now I'll read some more of the chat because we've got some background music, even though it's kind of intense. We're just gonna let the mastermind go to voicemail. Bean says, I wish I was going to Hawaii in real life. I'm going to Lanzarote. Am I saying that right? Lanzarote, though. I need to Google what that is. I don't know where that is. Lanzarote. Oh, it's an island in Spain. It's like even more exotic and fancy than Hawaii, I guess. Eglin said, just from look, I'm thinking Penelope. I don't know who that is. Tiff said that's exactly what I think he'll go for, huh? Said, I have no read on any of the personalities, but Penelope screams Logan's type so far. I'll do my best to like completely, actually I probably don't even try. I'm sure I'll forget the name before we get there. But interesting. Quicket said, posted my animation in Discord. Pretty proud of it, TBH. The biggest animation I've done so far. Bubba says, and he's just threatened the judge. I know, very obviously. But it worked is the problem, and the judge is the one who would be getting mad at him for it. Oak said, goes hard. That was a reply to Katie, and for some reason my mobile replies aren't working anymore. No! Quicket said, thank you, less than 3. Eglin said, my only other guess is maybe Connie, but Penelope is first pick. And the Mercury is back, saying, hello, how you doing, Mercury? Rukov saying hi to Mercury. Mercury says, all 4 exams are over now. Congrats, are you free now? Are you fully free? So I can watch Logan. Awesome! Rukov says congrats. Quigita says congrats. Mercury says yippee! Let me read some over on YouTube now. Let's see. Penny was saying single tier hits every time and their new theme. Derma says, oh my gosh, she's sent it. Oh, I read that. Where did I leave off? Penny says, this one is called Winning Independence. That's a great name. Derma says, okay, I love when games turn seemingly incompetent character around. The two themes are such a cool touch. I love that too. I especially love when you have a bad guy who like pretends to be like really weak and feeble or whatever. And then like later you realize like, oh no, this is actually a very dangerous, I mean, I guess with good guys too. But I can think of various examples in anime, but I feel like they might be spoilers for their animes, so I won't say them, but I love it also. Lemon Grab says, gotta go. Goodbye, good night, Jack. Good night, Lemon Grab. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry you couldn't stay longer. I really appreciate you hanging out as long as you could. Dermot says, night, Lemon. And Jack says, bye, Lemon. Okay, so go ahead over on Twitch and vote in that poll while we play a bit more. That's a cell phone. Huh? Mine is also ringing. Okay. I hope the mastermind didn't, like, kidnap Kay and Gumshoe. Maybe it was a bad idea sending, I would say sending them unsupervised. I guess they were supervising each other, but they could be in danger. I hope they're not in danger. Whoa, I'm getting a call too. What? You have the same ringtone as Edgeworth? What? Boop. Moshi, 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 moshi. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Fender! Oh, so they're all calling on their various cell phones to call all of us. I guess that's smart. You need to get a hold of... Hey, there's Sean! Oh, look how happy Gumshoe is. Oh, we rarely see Gumshoe without his overcoat. Look at that, how snazzy. Oh, and the poll is done. Keep It Low Bros has won with 92% of the vote. Nora contributing 295 channel points. Tiff, are you still here? Do you approve or disapprove of overcoatless Gumshoe? We found Sean! But let me guess, no sign of the mastermind. Because Sean wasn't really kidnapped. He stages it, and the look on his face is like, oh, I'm so disappointed. My scheme got thwarted. Yeah. We found Sean! Oh, it's Gumshoe saying it. We found Sean! We found Sean! Detective, you did it! The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness. Yeah, thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon, huh?
It's my husband. Hello, Gumshoe. I love him in every way. Less than three, 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 less than three. Yes. Less than three, Gumshoe. And he looks so happy. I love it whenever Gumshoe, like, succeeds at something, you know? So thank you very much, Tiff, for the 10 bits. I'm glad that you are still here. Also, I just noticed that Kay's phone has, like, swirly golden patterns. Feels very appropriate for the Yatagarasu. Do you think Gumshoe has pictures, like stickers on the back of his phone or some type of phone case? Also, they still have flip phones. Everybody's got flip phones. Are they still big in Japan or something? Do-do-do. Imagine you are wrong about Sean and you spend all this time antagonizing a random preteen and the real mastermind is Judge Uji.
No, not Judge Uji! Ah! But, thank you for the 10 bits, but if it is Judge Uji, then we'll know that at very least he got a commuted sentence since he's able to be in dual destinies of Spirit of Justice, which take place after this. So thank you so much for the 10 bits, Oak. And yeah, you know what, maybe sometimes kids need to be antagonized and it builds toughness and character, or they die. In which case, then they never were gonna be tough or full of character. So it's good still? Judge Gavell, it's for you. But this one will be the mastermind, right? Moshi. Hello? Yes, I understand. I'm so glad you're safe. Oh, it's from Sean himself. Aw. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You will do that for me, won't you? All right. Be careful. I'll see you back at home. Unless you turn out to be an adult and get arrested for murder later today. Okay, but now this feels like our time constraint is gone. So we can just take our time with the rest of the investigation. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm.
No! How? Is this some idiotic joke?
It's no such thing. The witness will return to the stand, and Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Oh, we got a pin message! This is written by Rukov, pinned by Rukov. Says, I'm headed to bed, Logan. You're a great guy. Aw. Thank you for being hilarious, understanding, and inclusive. Chat, remember, Logan is extremely lonely. Remind him gently, lest you cause Logan's villain origin story. Well, thank you very much, Rukov. Get some sleep. Thank you for the kind words. And I thank you for following it up with the kind of backhanded reminder of loneliness to make it easier to accept the kind words. Get some sleep, get some rest. You're awesome, Rukov. If you can't sleep, feel free to come back. But thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Okay, let's keep going here. And Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Oh, yes, ma'am. He's a good guy now. I love it. Eustace Winner. If we adopt Eustace, do you think Franziska will be as protective of him as she is of Kay? Or do you think she'll still hate him? Do you think she only likes girls? Yeah? I leave matters in your hands. Oh, nice! I mean, she's doing it begrudgingly. But she's being, like, professional and nice about it. Huh? Facing down your own father. This won't be easy. Oh, this is nice. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. Hey, oh, that was really sweet. I liked that. I mean, it's too bad that she had to leave. I'm guessing they didn't have enough room to have like 3 sprites on the bench at the same time. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Mr. Winner, you mentioned some evidence that you wished to present to the court. Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder majigs? We're still here. We're here, even though the seats look empty in the gallery. Well, Mr. Winner, did you? About that, No, I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late. Oh, were they already destroyed? Too late? How so? I remembered something. Sniffle. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. That's gonna be the knife and the chisel, okay. Oh, where are you going, Papa?
Oh, Eustace, I was, just on my way to throw out some trash.
Oh, so we're gonna say that it was already, like, incinerated because it was small trash? And then I heard this sniffle, this tinkling sound. I wee-weed myself. And he dropped something. Tinkling, huh? Let me guess. The bell from Mr. Caddis's chisel. You mean to tell the court that you believe the witness disposed of the evidence?
Huh?
He's got a good poker face. You gotta hand it to him. I tried my best, but I was too late. I'm sorry. You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump in Orange. I gotta read some more in the chat because I'm probably getting farther behind. Nora says, Nora has an announcement that I got 100 followers on Twitch. Congratulations. That's like being twice affiliate. Although I guess they changed the requirements. But still, congratulations. You're in the triple digits now. Bubba says, yes, sir. Mercury says, wait, what is Logan talking? What is Logan talking? I don't even know. What happened?
I've been having some troubles in my home life after taking on a job as a Decepticon. My wife says I need to find work-life balance, whatever that means. She says I bring my work life home too much just because I spend all my time at home playing with my hot rod. Play with my hot rod with my wife, my son, and my mom. They all hate my hot rod, but I love it. It's so fun to play with.
I love this section you got speed for. You know that they all have a hot rod. Thank you, Oak, for the 50 bits and for the update on Beef Longa's career path. Does that mean is Vero here? If you were talking about hot rod, I hope Vero's here. I'm guessing Vero probably is, and Vero's been needing sleep lately from the sounds of things. But thank you so much for the 50 bits, Oak, and for the Beef Longa TTS. I am reading some more chat though. But thank you, Oak. I really appreciate it. Bubba says another yay for Nora. Nora said, and for this 100 followers on Twitch, I'm considering confessing something to you all. Ooh. Are you going to do it in our confession form or just confessing in chat? Mercury says, in South Korea, at least in Seoul, tap water is drinkable. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's like normally drinkable where I am, but that's good. Oak says, Nora, do it. Nora says, you know what it is, bro. Bubba says, yes, confess your sins. Oak said, tap water in MA is drinkable, but when my family moved, the house we got has fridge water, and it's the greatest thing ever made. When I moved here, the fridge here does have fridge water, but there's some break, there's something wrong with it. It doesn't actually come out of the thing. Besides, I prefer room temperature water, though. Anyway, let's see. Fridge water is the greatest thing ever created, says Oak. Rukov says, oh, that was pinned earlier. Nora says, okay, time for Nora confession. Oak says, yay. Nora said, Nora might have a little crush on someone I can say no more, except that I don't know. I'm guessing it's one of the friends that you're always talking about with the letters, like the Z or the A or the J or something like that. Bubba says to Oak, nah, second best. First best is filtered refrigerated water. Rukov says, my car was showing 106 degrees Fahrenheit, and one of my sisters had a 107, and one of my friends had a 109. I believe it. It's hot out there. Oak says to Nora, you can say nothing else. Nora says no. Oak says not a single other thing. Nora says absolutely not. Oak says why not? Add quote, he has lots of milk in his sinuses. Mercury says, dang, dang. Nora says to Oak, there's nothing more to be said. And Mercury says, pog. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, this pic is so cute. Heart, less than 3. I'm assuming that's the one with Gumshoe and K, right? Dermot says, kids need to be antagonized, Logan 2025. I'm sorry, don't, maybe it's good that you're not over on Twitch right now, so that quote just won't get added. See, Jack says, Logan was also willing to leave Maiko in Tartarus for his own public image, so I don't think he cares for children very much. I saved her. I just considered it. She survived. Sadly. In fact, the clip that's going up tomorrow on TikTok is my encounter with her father at the very end of the game on the last day of the game. So yeah, I guess look forward to or dread that. Opinion says Franziska knows their parallels. I do like the whole father thing. It is very cool. I think she picked up on that earlier, and so even though she's being mean to him, I'd like to think that she will have a soft spot for him as well. And Dermot says, as a kid, I would ask for water at my nan's just to be able to use the fridge water dispenser. It made a nice sound and all. Ooh, nice. I always like when you got like a water cooler that'll let you dispense like different temperatures of water. At work, they used to have one of those, and so it was nice because like the cold was really cold, but then they had a hot thing, and I put a little bit of hot, and it would make it nice room temperature. I got sensitive teeth, you know? Okay. Let's play a little bit more of the game, then I'll be back to the chat. I hope I'm not getting like too terribly far behind. Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump. Oh, wow. I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. Honestly, I like this. I mean, I don't like that he looks so sad, obviously, but I like that this is showing that he is dedicated, that he's working hard, that he's giving it his all to make things right, to make things better. I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere. Wait, that's Eustace. Okay, so I thought he was running over to the movie set, but apparently he was running to the dump. Huh?
Eustace, you may want to reconsider the wording of I got down on my hands and knees. Boo.
Ah! I knew that boo was coming. Thank you for the 10. All he's saying is I got down on my hands and knees and I just put my hand, my whole entire hand right up into that, you know, the dump truck. There was this dump truck and I just thrust my entire hand right up into there on my hands and knees. It's okay. It's okay. I was just looking for my tool. That was, you know, every man needs his tool. I need to stop. The kid is 17. It's inappropriate. How dare you all? Thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Huh? Hey. Oh, this is K. Sorry. Oh, hey, what are you doing here? Wow, I need to go dig through trash. Rude, he totally ignored me. So that's what he was doing, and he even went so far as to search the dump. But he did find something, right? Because he said he has evidence. All I found was this. It's a neat rock. I also found a stick that looked kind of like a sword, but it broke. Okay, it didn't just break, I accidentally broke it. And this is a little pungent, for one thing. It's a little bit of poo. Yeah, and you're a little on the ripe side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. That's the poo. It's mine. What do you expect? Oh, we're back to the old theme again. So I guess the other one is maybe like his pursuit theme or something like that. I feel like I sometimes use the term pursuit theme wrong in these games. And the knife? It's probably somewhere in among all that trash, but there was too much to go through on my own. Very well. The court will accept the item you have presented into evidence.
Oh, you really have outdone yourself, Eustace.
Did that, wait, I heard it pling. Did it appear in our thing here? No, it's not in our organizer yet.
You never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotting garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it? Ah! Oh, you drive me to tears. Really, you do.
Objection. Might be a little too soon to turn on the waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first.
If you wish to waste your time, be my guest.
Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will you? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth. I feel like he's kind of in dereliction of his duty to his client by helping us so much like this. He should be disbarred. This is very unethical of him.
It seems Fender's on board. Good. Then let's see if we can't find an opening.
Mr. Winner, could you show me the piece of evidence you found? Sure. Oh, okay. It's gonna rotate around. Oh, look at that! There's an E on it. Is that gonna be a stamp from the ring? What was on the ring that Bronco Knight had in the previous case? I can't remember. And there's an H? Wait, there's all sorts of letters. D. Wait. Oh, D. Okay, D, E, H. It's the letters on the glove that we found in the garage. It spelled death, remember? Okay, so it's not the ring, it's D. I only see some letters, but okay. Wait, and there's also some weird substance on this end. Let's click that first. Let's open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something of value inside. Oh, this isn't a rock? Is it like crumpled up paper? Oh, crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Oh, it's the bell! Could this be the bell that was on Mr. Caddis's chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or another. It's no good. Look at it. It's spotless. Crap, no, I need to click the letters. The letters. Back to the thing. Well, Mr. Winner.
Do tell. Was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper?
Arg.
Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why was it even accepted into evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts.
Were Eustace's efforts for nothing? It's true the bell may not be of much use as it is to us as evidence. I mean, but it's unique, right? Didn't we establish there were only like one or two of the, or just a couple of these bells in existence? Nonetheless, come on, Edgeworth, we can't give up yet.
As calm and collected as ever as I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiot son there.
I gotta read some more of the chat. Quick80 says, fun fact. Oh, that was TTS earlier. Thank you again, Quick80, for the fun fact. I gotta breathe a little bit, hang on. I think it's because I had pizza tonight. I feel like anytime I have pizza, I run out of breath earlier. Maybe it's just indigestion or something. Mercury says, by car, do you mean cat? Well, wait, who's talking about car? Was I talking about car? Rukov's saying my car was showing 106. Yes, I think Rukov's cat was showing 106 degrees. It's a temperature-sensitive cat. That'd be kind of cool with like temperature-sensitive fur. You put your hand on it, changes color. Oak says to Nora, I think that there's one key detail you are leaving out. Mercury says, or actual automobile. Bubba says, I like how Eustace now drew the baton like a sword. Nora said, it's a ... someone from school. Kukita said, can someone do TTS for my fun fact? Oak said, wrong detail. Nora said, there are no other important details. And Oak says to Nora, I think there's another detail. Okay, hang on, Rukov with a clip. So for those who are lurking or who don't know the deal, anytime someone makes a clip and posts it into the chat, we'll load it up into our clip viewer so we can all watch it together. This will also tell me how far behind I am with this timestamp. 32 minutes. I am 32 minutes behind. Honestly, not too bad. I don't know why this chat window keeps popping up. I need to collapse that. It says Evermint. Oh, because I think Rukov has probably not been here for all the intentional mispronunciations.
Not get it into your head. This is no place for an incompetent fool like you.
Dad, oh! Hey, it's this moment.
Oh, yeah!
I brought some vital Evermints. Thank you very much, Rukov from Beyond, for immortalizing that moment. That was such a great moment. Thank you, Rukov. I appreciate that. Nora says, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Rukov says, no, my dashboard has the ambient temp. Quickie said, yeah, as soon as I saw a second theme was named that, I went nuts. Oak said, any details about the mystery person? Quickie said, cause here's the thing, I played the whole game mute, so I didn't know he had a second theme. Nora said, they're pretty cool. Bubba says, I like winning independence. He is independent and winner, and he's trying to win his independence. Rukov says, I'm an old man. Oak says, yes, Rukov is 498 years old. Rukov says, we're 39. Nora says, Rukov is old enough to be my dad. Oak said, yeah, same thing, 39 equals 498. Oak says, ask Logan, he's a math whiz. Yes. Yes, it does. Because the 8 and the 1's digits subtract from the 4 and the 100's digits makes it 3 and the 9 stays the same, so it's 39. Nora says, bro, I don't know what you want from me. Said they play piano like Omori does. Queen Gator said, by the way, this entire section with Eustace is the final page of part 2. Are we still only in part 2 of your guide? I gotta read some more over on YouTube as well. Toshi says, I feel bad for Edgeworth. Eustace must smell so bad right now. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it. So, he's gonna have to like Febreze his coat, because that thing's probably dry clean only. He can't just throw it in the washer. It's gonna be awful. Derwin says, Opinion says, see, Fender, this is why conflict of interest is bad. Everyone thinks you're terrible at your job now because you found this, because this guy killed someone and tried to frame a random girl for it. Well, it's because his job is to defend his client, Fifi Lagarde, with everything he has. And instead, he is trying to get her convicted. He is, like, in this case, bad. And yeah, conflict of interest is awful. Jack says, you could say they're reaching out to the truth. Ace Attorney X Persona 4 is too perfect of an idea not to exist. Again, I love it. Toshi says, I don't think Feder has a duty to prove Fifi's innocence at this point, especially after he helped to caught her. He still can fight for a fair sentence, I guess. Oh, well, and that's the thing, yeah, if he went for, like, a plea deal, but, I mean, if her case has gone to trial, as it probably should, and so in this case, he probably should be like, do lawyers recuse themselves, or is that just judges? I don't know things. I do not know things. Anyway, let's keep going here. Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well. Objection! Eustace. Not so fast, Cavell. We're not done yet. And it's his independence theme again. There's one thing we still haven't looked at properly. Property?
Really, my boy? You want us to believe there's more? Desperation is never a good look, you know.
It seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more closely, but if I'm right, we're talking about the Knife, the Bell, the newspaper! Oh, I can save. I'm gonna save. I think this is our first time saving tonight, which is probably bad because we're over an hour into stream. I probably should have saved prior to this point at some juncture this evening. But it's gonna be the newspaper because I didn't get a chance to click on those letters. I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in. Seems we really were thinking the same thing. Oh, so I like that Eustace came to that conclusion on his own.
Oh, it's beautiful, really it is. Sploosh. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage, that takes belief.
Let's take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you'd be so kind. Okay, so we got... Okay, we'll look at the bell real quickly. Mr. Canis's bell. As we've established, it doesn't have the whole lot to tell us. Never mind the bell. Look at the paper it's wrapped in. Very well. Oh, it's a full-on handprint. Wait, how do I get it to go? Oh, zoom out is E. There we go. So it is the glove. It's a full-on handprint. Yeah. Wait, why? Oh, because he had dirt on his glove. That's why. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. E. All these finger marks. So convenient that even when he wears gloves, he still has fingerprints. If you're committing a crime, don't wear gloves with unique imprinted finger marks. Oh, and look, it's covered in some sort of oil. Judge Gavelle, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call on somebody from forensics? Emma Skye, she's the only one that exists. Very well, summon a technician right away. Oh, is this guy? Hello, Emma Skye died. Just so you know, I'm the new Emma. I have the results, Your Honor. It's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. It turns out people naturally don't have the word death spelled out on their fingers. No! Why are all of us this stupid we don't see the obvious word death?
Oh dear, well that doesn't give you very much in the way of evidence, does it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence.
And what kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on?
Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about in desperation like you, my boy.
What kind of idiot would wear death on his fingertips? Okay, I gotta read some more in the chat, though. Nora says, Katie. Oak says, hearts. Queegata says, what? Nora said, did you see the finished drawing? Queegata says, oh yeah, 10 out of 10. Nora said, they are not a mantis. Nora says, thank you. Oak said, I purchased 2 records from the same record label, and they have not shipped. Broken, less than 3. Nora with a little face. Oak said, when my Jane remover shipped, please dead air. Broken, less than 3. Nora says, I ate it. Oak said, I mean, it makes sense. Kamoe vinyl hasn't shipped. I ordered it from like yesterday, but the Jane remover I bought in early, I bought in early April. Broken, less than 3. Mercury says, dang, what is this court thing? The whole court seems dramatic. It is. It's very dramatic. It's over dramatic. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, yeah, I hate how the game pretends these could have fingerprints. Like, I just wish when it's like really obvious stuff like that the people, especially Edgeworth, he's supposed to be smart. Let's see, Mercury said, Oak says, is the court gonna ignore the accused abusing his child in front of everyone? Apparently. Mercury says, I mean, I forgot how dramatic Ace Attorney is. Yes. Atlantic says, less than 3. Mercury says, Loganger's sounds traditional, but it might be reminiscent of other person. Well, unfortunately, sadly, there are other Logans. And one of them out there on the internet is Logan Paul. Nora said, is stream just crashing for me? Is it crashing for you guys? Are you having problems? Oak said, I bet the mastermind is Gregory Edgeworth. Nora said, okay, yeah, just me. Okay, I'm sorry it was crashing for you, but thank goodness it's not a widespread problem. Oak said to Nora, yes. But Bumble says, just you, not me this time, yay. Oak said, my back has an ouchie. I'm sorry, Oak. Bumble says, we probably tossed the bug when we found it. Okay, let me have a sip of water, and then we'll get back into play the game. Wow, way to talk to your kids, Super Dad.
I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case, an idiot, an idiot. Sploosh. Real winners know to keep their emotions out of things. and take no pity on the weak and foolish, including their own ineffective offspring.
Dad, oh,
You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. But thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I wield. You've never stood on your own 2 feet, Sploosh. You've always been coddled, first by me, then by Verity.
oh, Dad.
Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears.
Garbage smelling, oh.
Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection! No, you're wrong. I femreezed myself.
I am, my boy, wrong about what?
I'm not the one that smells. You are. Burn. Yeah? Did you all see that? I'm so cool. I said he smells. Why aren't you laughing? Do you get it? He said I smell, but I said he smells. He smells.
What did you say?
I said he smells. You smell. Yeah, you smell, and you don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, take a sniff right there where the finger marks are. Oh, it's gonna be the same, like, it'll be like the motor oil of his motorcycle or something, right? Oh, Eustace is actually being cool again.
You want me to smell it? Is that oil?
Yep, and I know where it came from. Dinosaurs. Oh, pin message on Twitch. Crystal, how you doing? Said, we're proud of you, Eustace, sweetie. We are. How you doing, Crystal? And that means we have a mod back in chat again. Wait, I know it from somewhere too. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Mr. Winner Sr. must be something of a motorhead. That odor tells us something important. It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be able to stand up to him no matter what he's done. Wait, did he say no matter what he's done? Eustace. Is it just me, or does Eustace look strangely large standing next to Edgeworth? He should be, like, shorter, like a little bit smaller. Maybe it's because he's behind him, and so it makes him seem larger. Eustace looks very large. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father. A different kind of prosecutor. Oh. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. So it sounds like Edgeworth has made his decision. A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth, to see that it comes to light no matter what. We expose crimes and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they might be. So if you truly need to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'd help you. You also promised you'd be his friend, Edgeworth. Don't forget that part. This isn't something you should have to do alone. I'm here, right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. Oh crap, I got hit point meter. Ah, you're right. Those finger marks tie my dad to the crime. We just need to show everybody how. Oh, okay, it's gonna be the glove, right? It's gotta be the glove. Mechanics gloves! Meant for motorcycle maintenance, but currently covered in dirt for some reason. Did we ever find out what these, like, crystal shards are? But yeah, death. I thought they were just printed on. I guess they have texture. So it's gonna be this. Present!
Take that!
Wait, oh, that was Edgeworth saying take that. Eustace should have gotten to take that. The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace, is the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even. See, that looks much better. Now they look proper sizes. Ish. Yep, and we both smelled it before in the same place. Yes! In Chairman Winner's garage! Garage? Is that how you say it? I gotta read some more in the chat. Nora said, Oak, I'm telling you, you know who about the situation, but I'm not going to tell them that it's them. Obviously, am I making a bad decision? Quicketta said, by the way, Logan, we're not going to get this name fact till probably next stream, but I want to warn you in advance that the next name fact is interesting, special, fun. And there's still a name fact? Is it for a person? Because I don't think we're going to meet anybody new, so it's got to be like a special name fact of somebody else that we've already known. Pin message, written by Queen Katie, pinned by Crystal, said, in all parentheses, Eustace is the one that presents something this time. Peak! It was. That's why I think it should have been Eustace saying, take that. I agree. Oak says, I don't know. I'm not a good person to ask about romance. Nora said, you're married. Oak said, I've only ever been attracted to one person, and it's my partner. Nora said, oh, Logan, I finished talking about chapter 3 yesterday. Oh! Okay, without giving spoilers to people who haven't played it. What'd you think about the results of the chapter and everything? There is one thing in that chapter that really irritates me, but I can't say here because of spoilers. I'll post in the Discord later. Quicketta says, yes, person. It's for a person. It's gonna be whoever the mastermind ends up being, I bet. Let's see, Rukop giving the results from the poll. Oak says Celeste's last name is Smith. Nora says, yep, Celestia Smith. There was Tiff with the gumshoe less than 3s. Quicketta said Sean's phone is cow prints. I love that. Oak says, ad quote, so it's good still. Logan talking about children dying. There's Rukop's pinned message saying to go to bed. Nora said, my internet is so bad right now. Quicketta said, BRB gonna see if I can have ice cream. Bubba said, are we modless now? We were, but now Crystal's here. Tiff says, I believe so. Oak says, I gently open the door and say, Logan, you're lonely. Oh, that's sad. Take a glance over at YouTube here. Okay, let's see. Derma says, you see, to avoid being fingerprinted, I've burned my fingertips with an iron death plate. Genius. Exactly. See, Toshi says, you guys don't have unique letters on your fingers? Not that I know of. Maybe I need to, like, burn them down. Maybe they're under the skin. Jack says, you could plead the prints belong to a Mr. Death. It's Ace Attorney, as someone would believe it. Dermot says, yeah, I got DERMO. Useful if I get amnesia. Oh, I could do LOGAN. But I feel like if I got amnesia, I'd look at my hand like, wow, that's my hand's name. My hand is named Logan, but I don't know my name. Who am I? Opinion says, get him, Eustace. Jack says, that's an idea. Someone with an amnesia whose only reminder of their life is the word death on their fingertips. So they go on a killing spree, claiming to be the Grim Reaper. Am I onto something? It kind of reminds me of Memento. You remember that where, like, he'd keep losing his memory, so he'd, like, write all the notes to himself and stuff? Except less Grim Reaper death spree. But I think that's cool. You should write that. Opinion says, gosh, Edgeworth is so sweet. Toshi says, I've got LOTTA, useful when I forget that this one character exists. Derma says, that's a decent prompt, but the question is, why they had death on their hands in the first place? Opinion says, and now we get to play as them. Hidden Hand, says EA Sports. Hey, Hidden Hand, it's in the game. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Bubba says, murder time. Oak says, is that gentle enough for Rukop? Nora said, why would you do that? Oak says, to harm you. And Bubba says, maybe gently would be to give him a slow-acting, painless poison. Take him while asleep. Unrelated, ... That sounds humane. And thank you, Bumbo, for the hydrate command. I'll hydrate, then we'll get back in the game. Thank you very much, Bumbo. Yes, in Chairman Winner's garage. What's the proper way to say that in British? What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of the letters D, E, A, T, and H. What's that spell? Are you spelling it? Because I'm not allowed to know what it is. My dad always says that when I have to go see the DOTM How do you spell doctor? I don't know. The same letters that appear on the fingers of these gloves.
Oh, gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, dear boy?
It's both put together, the motor oil plus the gloves.
How indeed?
That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of evidence we found. Crap, I think it's gonna ask me a question again. And I don't know what else is gonna be, so I gotta save, so we can save scum if necessary.
Logan, did you just say DOM2R is your fake spelling of doctor?
Did I have a 2? I thought it was,
Two.
I thought I had a letter G in there somewhere. I can't remember, I was just like doing random letters. I think it was DOMG2TR, or was it 2? I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, Eustace is very bad at spelling. As Eustace would say, I'm illegitimate. Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. Let's look again at the scrap of paper the bell was wrapped in. And compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winner's garage. I still don't know. Okay, maybe we can do some like chemical sampling of the dirt to make sure it's the same. But again, what are these little rocks? There's a feature that undeniably connects the two. Can I look at the paper again? Is it the dirt? Is it the, it's the dirt, right? It's the dirt?
Take that!
Crap! He's being too vague. This right here connects the two pieces of evidence without a shadow of a doubt.
It does. Are you sure, dear boy? I can't see the connection
myself. Okay, I gotta take a closer look at the gloves. Was maybe one of the letters was like scuffed or something like that? Oh, the A is! The A is scuffed. Okay. Hang on. We're gonna reload. I was wrong. I was dumb. I mean, the dirt should still be important, but it's the letter A. Okay. They should have like shown it side by side. I didn't. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Nora says, I'm glitching so bad, bro. I might have to like leave. I'm sorry, Nora. I'm sorry. Maybe you can restart your router. Will that help possibly? Oh yeah, because look, the A is only partially there. Let's look again at the scrap of paper and compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winner's garage. There's a feature that undeniably connects the two. A.
Take that!
A. Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is on the print on the newspaper. Wow! I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the gloves are covered in. Now, had I clicked that dirt, apparently I would have lost hit points. But I'm going to pretend that now that is a perfectly reasonable thing to bring up. Game! I think it might be worth having its composition compared to that of the dirt on the newspaper. A match would make for even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winner's gloves. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away.
Curse you, Edgeworth, and you, Eustace. Plenty of curses to go around for both of you. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors.
Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. Admit defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in a court of law. And you did it to try and protect the defendant.
What? Do you think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child! A fool!
Objection!
No, you're a fool. See, it's like I did with smelling. Give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes.
You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted was to become a prosecutor, to make you proud. But after your men kidnapped me, and I was lying there in the dark all on my own, I got to thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I? And I even said evidence properly that time, but not the second time when I said it properly.
My men kidnapped you? What are you talking about?
Objection!
I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad. I should read some more in the chat, though. Oh, pin message! In Twitch, written by Bumbo, pinned by Crystal, says, Excelsius loser! Yeah, Excelsius loser. He's not a winner, he's a loser, yeah. I gotta read some more, though. Thank you very much for the pin message, Bumbo and Crystal. Let's see, Queen Katie says, ice cream! I have! Bumbo said, nice ice cream. You know, it's not just nice ice cream, it's nice cream. Bumbo says, we did have a day ago. Oak says, how dare you, Longa? And a timestamp 5252. I'm almost 45 minutes behind. I felt like I've been doing good today. Nora said, Logan guessed. Nora says, oh, thank gosh, he doesn't actually know who it was. Oh, and an Oak with a pin, not a pin message, a clip. Once again, I'm going to say it again if anybody doesn't know, if anyone's lurking, wasn't here anytime I explain it. If you post a clip in the chat, we load it up. Oh, crap, it's doing the error. It says the video downloaded was canceled. Please try again, error 1000. Whenever this happens, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. Oak had a clip titled Logan Really Said This. I'm worried what it was. From 32 minutes ago. I'm sorry, Oak, the clip isn't working. I'm sorry. Queen Katie says, ad quote, that's the poo, ... It's mine. Jeez. A bunch of quotes there. Queen Katie with the keyboard slam. Nora says, oh my gosh, Vero, old user. Oh, because on that quote number 13, it says, Vero, my beloved. That's right. Nora said, that's so funny. Bubba says, are we just going through old quotes? Well, Queen Katie has been making a spreadsheet with all the quotes. Queen Katie says, it's a long boy. I'm archiving the quotes, so yeah. Bubba says, okay, keep doing it then. Queen Katie said, yeah, I'm going to stop at quote 25 tonight. Bubba says, K. And then more quotes from Queen Katie and everybody. So I can scroll in the chat for a little bit there. All right, let's play a bit more. I gotta have another sip of water. As I said, it is hot in here. I don't know why my air conditioning doesn't seem to be working so. Oh, I should also check YouTube chat. Hidden Hand says, yo! Crystal says, admit defeat. Opinion says, I'm so proud of her. Opinion says, you don't need him, Eustace. You're so right. Ah! Toshi says, you lose a parent, you gain another. That's right. You know what? If any of you ever have a parent that dies, just go find a stuffy suited prosecutor. You'll be fine. I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad.
Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be.
Oh, I know you've hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye.
You, when did you? You need me, dang it! You can't possibly. Oh, my beard again! Am I going to be bald again? I've already been bald once today.
He's not just bald, he's dead now. He died. Happy ending. The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in the case was suppressed by Chairman Winner. Hang on, I gotta see the rest of what he said, because it kind of skipped ahead.
You need me, dang it. You can't possibly survive without me.
So does that mean he got like two breakdowns technically? He had the beard going up in flames, and then he had that? That crime will be tried and an appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that. What? You're gonna... Oh, I'm still here, by the way. You're gonna dig through all that trash for the knife, darling, but then...
Don't worry, Warden Lagarde. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant. JK, you're going to be executed.
And if we ever told you how we do it here, drawing and quartering. It's fun for the whole family to watch. Oh, you devil punished moi? Impossible. Excelsior, you blithering buffoon. What did you do? What did you do? Well, you swagger and bluster about how they'd never declare me guilty. And now, this? Well, maybe you can get a plea deal if you say that you were, like, working for somebody else. Tell us who the mastermind is, lady. You were the one I went to after they arrested me because you made me believe I could trust you. And not only did you kidnap a child and try to help me, it didn't even work. Idiot. You. Feckless, useless idiot of a man. An unsightly outburst, to say the least, but an informative one, too. Wouldn't you agree, Eustace? Yeah. I thought that she was gonna say the F word when she started saying feckless. She really let some juicy info slip there, right? She did, right? I think that's where you were going.
Yes, she did. We really need to work on your confidence.
No, I feel like he was overconfident before. This is good. Until he gets the hang of it, I think it's good that he checks with you, Edgeworth.
Very well. Then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end. At least. At last.
I can't talk. What? Was that Lang? Huh?
Who's that?
I think it was that Lang. He does the not so fast, right? Oh crap! But I think Lemon Grab already left. Hey!
Sorry, Judge Gavel. Your happy ending will have to wait.
I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Quigator says, thank you. Bumble says, you're welcome. Crystal says, I read Super Dad as Super Chat. I almost read it as Super Bad, like the movie. Crystal with a face. Quigator said, great timing. You're about to see peak. Bumble said, fair. Also, hi, Crystal. Bean says, if he kept his emotions out of it, he wouldn't have to go out of his way to lay into his son, but bad father and a bad prosecutor. Well, and also, like, the fact that he's always crying into his goggles. Although maybe that's like a metaphor that his goggles tries to keep his tears hidden away or something. Bubba said, yeah, it's really good irony. Crystal says, we're proud of you, Eustace, sweetie. Bubba says, Eustace noticed first. He's doing good. Crystal says, Eustace. Quigator said, this is the biggest peak of the game, the moment that made him the best boy for everybody. Bean says, we're both prosecutors. That's why we're on the defense's side. Quigator says, Eustace is the one that presents something this time. It's peak. Please pin that. Bubba says, and even the A is worn off, like, on the paper. That means it's worn off because, like, he got the A because it was stood for adultery, like in the Scarlet Letter. But he only did half the adultery, so he only got half of an A. The other letters all stand for crimes and sins as well, probably. I don't know. Quigator said, yes, person is for a person. Nora said, I still like blank. Crystal said Nora was kind of disappointed it wasn't a Russian game. Oak said, Crystal laughing, Oak says, quote, I can't remember Logan talking about 9 seconds ago. That is fair. I don't pay attention to what I say. I just vomit the words and then let them fall where they land. Let me take a look over on YouTube as well. See what's going on there. Opinion says sobbing. Laying on the floor sobbing. I get a bit teary every time. Jack says, Eustace is such a good character. He needs to return in a future game. I hope so. I want him and Kay to remain as like Edgeworth's 2 children, his 2 sidekicks. If Phoenix can keep collecting sidekicks, like Maya and Trucy and Apollo and Athena, then Edgeworth can have like Gumshoe and Kay and Eustace. He can have a whole family. Jack says that goes for most investigations characters. Opinion says so true. I need a game where Eustace has grown and knows how to properly investigate, but still says silly things and has audio processing issues and also has transitioned. Jack says actually hanging is still a form of execution in this universe. Have they? I think I remember somebody saying something about it, but I don't know if they meant that literally. Is that confirmed? Opinion says, go away, wolf boy. Oh, Opinion, you don't like Lang? Jack says, as said by someone in AA3, which I don't know if saying is a spoiler or not. Was it Jake Marshall who had said that? He's like a cowboy, right? Do they still have hangings in real life? If, like, you get sentenced to die, do you think you can, like, request, like, a hanging? And Toshi says, I feel like Lagarde should be happy to be sent to prison. Her family are there. Oh, good point, Toshi. Opinion says, I like him, but he's interrupting the moment. Fair enough. Let's keep going with the moment here. Because we're halfway through the stream, and we still haven't reached the end of Queen Katie's part 2. Here we go.
Sorry, Judge Gavel, your happy ending will have to wait. Lang Z says, the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter.
Who are you?
Just a lowly lone wolf investigator by the name of Shilong Lang.
And you have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it?
Ha! Not really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know.
Lang, like the Lang from 12 years ago. Can you just say what happened 12 years ago, Lady McNo Pupils? Okay, so he was involved also in 12 years ago somehow.
Yep, good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you.
Okay, so she did something 12 years ago and got away with it. Did we find out how Rosie Ringer's boyfriend, husband, whatever, died? Was it in a fire? I want to say it was in a fire, right? Because that was how she got the burn. Was she the arsonist? We don't know because it was Celsius. Maybe they just both work together. Maybe the two of them just both like lighting things on fire. Agent Lang, explain yourself.
Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back.
Oh, that's probably gonna be the next part. I bet we're gonna go into it. We're gonna be like, to be continued. We'll see. We'll finally see. Do we get to play as Lang? Are we gonna get to be Lang in the flashback?
It happened 12 years back.
That'd be more fun than simply being told in an info dump what happened. Wait, 12 years? Oh, maybe the final name fact will be about Ring Around the Rosies. Rosie Ringer finally.
Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more.
Oh, I forgot he had dropped the 12 years ago thing too.
My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person.
Is it gonna turn out he did? Was he replaced? Was he body double swapped with somebody?
Now he doesn't trust the police one bit.
I wonder what happened 12 years ago. Oh well, not going to pry any further. Could this all be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow?
Fifi Lagarde and Excelsius Winter in the flesh. I've waited a long time for this day. After all, you're the ones who threw my family name into the dirt.
Eek! Are we to assume that you have some personal connection to the incident in question?
I do, but I'm not here to talk about the past, so the player's gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Gavel.
Oh, he's gonna formally accuse her of the murder of the president. Me?
You and one other person.
We gotta guess. Okay. It's gonna be either Edgeworth K, Eustace, Fender. It could be anybody in there. It's gonna be someone in the room here. I'm gonna guess... I hope it's not Eustace. I want him to be on our investigation side rather than having to defend him. I mean, but if it's her, it would make sense to be someone who works closely with her, so it's probably gonna be Eustace. I think it'd be more dramatically interesting if it was Fender, because it would keep him involved in the case. So... yeah, let's find out. Oh, crap. If he accuses Sean, then my theory is shot. It's not going to be Sean, huh? Sean!
You're both under arrest.
Crap. So it's not Sean. So I was wrong?
On suspicion of having conspired to murder Dijon Wang, president of Zhangfa.
Objection! Where is your evidence, Agent Lang?
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again.
What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know!
If you got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along.
Oh, believe me, I will.
Moo.
Okay, we're reaching the end of part 2, I guess. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. Oh, don't worry, I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Has the player memorized this dialogue yet? We've had about a half a dozen flashbacks to it so far. Heh, not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Or figuring out who that was on the phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet.
To be continued.
Save your poggers. Yes, save my poggers. Save my poggers. Poggers, save my poggers. Poggers, 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 save my poggers. All right. We made it to this. Ah, Penny back. Penny, you're back. You're back. I love you, Penny. I love you, Penny. I love you so much, Penny. Penny, you look distressed. You did this to you. I will beat them up, Penny. I love you. I love you, Penny. Love you, Penny.
April 6, 2:52 p.m. Big building, empty lot.
What is chat's opinion on his tuft of chest hair peeking out through the shirt? I feel like if you got that much chest hair, you should probably wear like higher collared shirts, maybe. But I need to breathe and then I need to read some chat. I've been talking way too much the last hour and a half. Queen Gator said, my captions had G, TBH. Oak said, I probably misheard, but putting a 2 in there would be so funny. Also, Crystal, have you added any of the quotes in the stream? Queen Gator said, do yell if you need potato, Logan. Bubba says, I know exactly what the potato is as well. Queen Gator said, also, this is the final thing on the page, so I'm finally gonna go to the next page. Lol. Bubba says, I don't know why. I just like eating green cut onion. It's tasty. I like putting that in stuff. I don't think I've ever just like eaten it plain. I think it might be a bit strong, but if you like it, go for it. Queen Gator says, so Logan, I was playing this game in the DS version on high speed. They did the flash way too fast. I missed the newspaper. I didn't know about the letter A on there. See, that's what I'm saying. It was too quick. Bubba said, Excelsius loser. Queen Gator said, by the way, as far as I know, once we get to page 3, this is the last we'll see of Eustace. So he's gone? He's just dead? To us, anyway. Aw. If I recall correctly, at least. Okay, well, you know what? If that is the end of his character arc for this game, that was a very satisfying end. I'd love it if he gets to stick around as our buddy, but that is good. Crystal says, no, why? And then a little angry jellyfish emote. Queen said, do you not see his arc ending here? I know, I'd still like to have him hang around. Oak says, are you effing kidding me? Crystal says, no, I expected the opposite. I expected him to come more. Bumble says, Eustace is the best. Crystal says, yes, he is indeed the best. Nora said, Crystal. Crystal says, 45 minutes. Queen says, well, I can't help it if the best reached the best peak here. He doesn't need more. And a timestamp, 1:28:18. Oh, look at that. Now I'm only a little over 15 minutes behind in the chat. Let me read some more on YouTube. Dermo with a redacted message. Opinion says 12 years ago. Jack says it was the 3-1 culprit who got hung, and it was sad. I'm keeping it as vague as possible to avoid spoiling AA3. Okay, I remember who that culprit was. I guess, forgotten that it was a hanging, apparently. But, okay, so it was 3-1. So, yeah, so it wasn't the one I was thinking of. So 3-1. But, yes, believe me, I remember that game. I remember that game vividly. Jack says, Edgeworth is so nice. He knows how to keep to himself and let the game have its secrets. He's not being nice to me, the player, and by doing that, Opinion says, goodbye, Eustace. I'll miss you. Derma says, I look like Powers. I look like Powers stuffed a small animal down his shirt. I know, it's like a little, I don't know, like a chinchilla or something like that. Jack says, Will Powers should be cast as Wolverine. He's got the look. You just got to kind of mat down the hair in the middle a little bit, and then he's got it. I would agree. I would concur. Dermot said, didn't expect the redacted message to show, just to type. Well, I can always see when messages are redacted. I just can't see what they were, is the only thing.
Could you maybe calm down a little?
Calm down. No way, Jose. Not until y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it.
Crap, I didn't even notice Lotta was there. I was too distracted by the sheer beauty of Penny Nichols. And we're going to draw attention to the fact that I'm using basically the same voice for these two.
Our intrepid reporters
I'm just going to give her a deeper voice.
refuse to give up even in the face of repeating stonewalling from the crew.
Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people or I'll have to ask you to just go die. Or leave.
You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all are the ones who let Taurosaurus run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they done bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story.
Look, I'm here. I'm cute. I'm hot. Hi. This is kind of the sprite in the opening that we use, the pre-show. We're really not breeding anything. Although if Logan was here, there'd be some breeding going. Anyway, this is a movie set.
Says the gal who told me she done seen Gordy with her own danged eyes.
Sure, I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here.
Oh, there's a poll that has appeared. Opinions on chest hair. The options are Freaky Sonic meme. What is a Freaky Sonic meme? No, absolutely. Logan's hairline. I've just always had a massive forehead. I can't help it. Is this Lang?
All right, break it up.
Yeah. Hey, Gumshoe's with us.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
And Sean.
Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh?
No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Langzy says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really. That's right, killers are like 50 feet tall and breathe thermonuclear fire. We have so many characters, and you're just as important, officer. Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. You know what this feels like? This feels like the chapter in an old-timey mystery where they gather everybody into the train car to figure out who the murderer was, and it's gonna turn out that like everybody all together were the murderers. They all conspired together to do the murder. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts, you know, in case anybody stopped playing the game when the part ended and reloaded later. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. Also, we spent a lot of time not dealing with this. This chapter was like 2 cases in one, and one of them was entirely unnecessary. He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So, he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Gavel, on the roof of the Big building. Moo, moo, moo. Oh, the poll is done, and Logan's hairline won with 58% of the vote. Nora contributing 3 channel points. Second place was no. Third place was Freaky Sonic meme. I still don't know what meme you're talking about. Why did the two of you arrange to meet? I'm sorry, but I can't say. not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder. Maybe that's why he's accusing Sean. He doesn't think Sean did it, but he knows that she'll defend Sean tooth and nail.
Why can't you just trust us, Moo?
Please, Judge Gavelle, we're trying to help you.
Ha! She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm gonna prove it.
Objection!
You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Gavelle's meeting with the president and then?
Welcome back!
That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Sean Fenn? I have really thick black eyeliner around my eyes, yeah.
Me?
We know you were here on the set last night.
You were, Sean?
We have testimony from the woman over there. I don't know her name, but Ian and Logan can have her. And forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it. Wait, crap. Was it Penny or was it Lotta? I don't remember. It was one of them.
Hi, it's me. I'm Penny. You came back to run your lines, right? Not to do murder, just to run lines.
What were you spying on me, Moo?
I'm sorry. I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't need you to worry about me, Moo?
I gotta read some more in the chat. I need to have a sip of water. How are we feeling about him mooing at the end of every one of his lines? He's like an Animal Crossing villager, has a little thing that he says. Bumbo says, headcanon time! Eustace changes his last name from Winner to DeBest in the future. Nora said to Crystal, did you see the drawing? Crystal says, add quote, so it's still good, Logan talking about children dying, add quote, he has lots of milk. Wow!
Remember to breathe.
Thank you, Chie.
Don't think.
Okay. Thank you, Chie. I'm breathing. Okay. I think I feel a bit better. Thank you very much, Eglin, for redeeming the command. Thank you. Crystal just adds a bunch of quotes. Bumble says, I like Eustace to best, as it feels like you're saying, you the best. You to best. Crystal says, no to Nora. Where? Nora says, DMs. Bumble says, he just demoted him from dad to first name. Quiggin says, I love how Chairman Winner's second breakdown is just screaming his son's name. Peek. Oh, is he screaming his name? I didn't even notice. I thought he was just going, ah! He's always going Eustace. The history's probably too far back for that. Nora says, Lagarde. Verity, look, it's your GD? Oh, Crystal says GD, girl daddy /J. Oh, Nora says GF. Crystal says, oh. Quiggetta says, wow, Chairman Winner being called an idiot for once. Nora said, check the DMs, Crystal. Crystal said, I approve of the drawing. Lang. Nora says, yay. Crystal says, he's not that far behind. Oh, am I getting close to catching up? Oh, Oak says, he's not that far behind, then increases slow mode. Crystal says, what do you mean increases? It was in 30-second slow mode. I still need to breathe again. Oh, sorry, I'm running out of oxygen. We're not even 2 hours in and I'm running out of oxygen. Let me take a look over at YouTube, see if there's anything new over there. Derma says, it, not I. Dear gosh. Jack says, realistically, Officer here has probably had more appearances across the franchise than in all the investigation's characters. Do you guys think that it's the same officer appearing each time? Or that they just all happen to look the same? Maybe when they show up, you know how like when people join the army, they give them all like the buzz cut? Maybe they give them all the same haircut and then plastic surgery to all look identical? Makes you wonder.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't need you to worry about me, Moo?
Hey, wait, his backpack's full of milk?
Running out of oxygen? Clearly you didn't do the breathe routine right. Just breathe, Logan. Don't think, feel. Boo.
Ah! I'm trying to. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. And I'm trying to breathe. Sean, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant.
Grumble, sorry.
I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Gavel. And I'm sorry, also with Sean's sweatshirt, he looks like a ladybug, not a cow, with it being red. It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law. Why did you tell everyone he's my son? That was a secret. I told you that in confidence. Oh, sorry. Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must... blah, 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 moving mouth. Oh, chatter, chatter, yap, 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 nag, 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 and I want you to remember that, all right?
Can we get on with the investigation now?
Oh, of course. Forgive me, Curtsy. I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Gavel, the mother, will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang?
I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who? No one's gonna correct me? Tell me that should have been whom? English is my second language, you know. And I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna find out.
I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. And the president of his country, Edgeworth! All right, Sean. Perhaps you could tell us what happened last night.
Fine by me, I've got nothing to hide. Get it? Because cows have hide. Got nothing to hide. There's a little cow humor there, moo.
Oh, we're gonna do a cross-examination! And it's nice because we don't have to worry about mind chess anymore.
About last night.
Also, let's save again. I don't know when the last time we saved was. It was probably when we went to the new part, so it probably wasn't that long ago, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're diving right into this part here. Gotta read some more in the chat, though. Let's see. Bubba says, yeah, there was a big break after the quote archiving. Oak says, oh, wait, you're right. I only realized the 10 seconds. Crystal says, I forgive you. Oh, Crystal says, what I cannot forgive is not liking castles. Who doesn't like castles, Crystal? Oak says, they seem like a bummer. I want to go to a castle. I want to go to Hearst Castle in California. In San Luis Obispo in California, they got... Are you guys familiar with that? So William Randolph Hearst was this old, like, newspaper tycoon from, like, I don't know, 100 years ago, something like that. He's the character that Charles Foster Kane in the movie Citizen Kane by Orson Welles is based on. Hearst. William Randolph Hearst. He had this thing where he would, like, buy castles overseas, have them disassembled, all their parts shipped over to the United States and then reassembled. And so Hearst Castle is one of those. Unfortunately, some of the castles just ended up like staying in a disassembled state in warehouses, and then they lost the like plans, prints, whatever, instructions on how to reassemble them. So somewhere out there were, maybe even still are, just castles in warehouses that are taken apart and no one knows how to put them back together because of William Randolph Hearst. Crystal says, Oak doesn't like castles. Oak. That's the real bummer.
Visiting a castle seems fun, but Crystal and Nora want to live in a castle. It just seems like such a bummer. All the walls are cold and hard, everything is gray, it's far away from everything, and the acoustics are terrible. Blue.
Ah! Hang on, I still gotta breathe some more. I think it must be the pizza. I've been trying to pay attention to what I eat on days where I have a hard time with oxygen. Maybe I just need to get the habit of not having pizza anytime if I know I'm gonna be streaming. Which is sad, because I was planning on having leftover pizza tomorrow night before the stream. But thank you for the 10 bits. Because I think that unless the castle has been refurbished to the point where you'd have, like, central heating and electricity and stuff like that, but I don't know how you could do that without, like, ruining the castleness of it, because he has, like, stone walls and everything. So, yeah, I don't think I'd want to necessarily live in a castle. I'd love to visit a real one and see one. I think that'd be really cool. Quickie said, Logan, I think Lang was a teen back then. Because how old is Lang? Let's double check that. You're probably right. I want to say he's like 27? Yeah, 27. So he would have been 15 years old. Could Lang be one of the kids of Artie Frost? Or Carmelo Gusto? And then was shipped overseas to Zhang Fa? No, because he has his dad 12 years ago. And his dad was a police officer, unless it's like dad adopted him. Sorry, I was trying to just toss something out there. But no. Yeah, we've already talked about his dad. All right. Oh, and another pin message, and then we'll get back to the game. This one says, our castle is beautiful, and Oak is not invited to mine because Nora's castle, Blue Castle. Oh, is it like a Minecraft castle? That'd be cool. Let me glance over at YouTube real quick. Dermo says, need to go. Bye. Bye, Dermo. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good rest of your night. If you're going to bed, sleep well. Thank you for hanging out with us, Dermo. Jack says, bye, Dermo. Okay. Yeah, wow. I'm having a hard time catching my breath. Been talking way too much. But yes, let's see this testimony.
I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
Well, do we have, was it Lotta's statement? Who was it, or was it Lotta or Penny Nichols? Ms. Hart's statement. No, that's when she saw the eyeball out the window. Where's, somebody said that they saw, like, Gordy. I mean, it was obviously the camera, but okay, I don't know where that is then. Maybe we'll get some more when we press all the statements. You've been rehearsing late at night again. But when I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said that you were at the hotel all tuckered out after committing a murder. Oh, wait. You called him? Around what time? It must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set.
So, you lied to me?
Sweating milk. Sorry, even my milk is sweating. That probably means it's turning. I'm gonna get sick.
Oh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Her child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right? Their case closed. Because I don't know if you know this. Children are not capable of lying. You don't get the lying gene until you turn 16.
He did, although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth.
About last night.
Okay, so you guys know the drill. Wow, I don't know why I'm like still feel like out of breath here. Might have to like step away and like breathe for a little bit. But you guys know the drill. We always say before we do any cross-examination, we save, we press every statement, then we figure out what piece of evidence we're gonna present. But first, I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Queegan says, little does Logan know about what? When was this written? Said, yeah, page 3. Finally, I wonder how many streams were on page 2 alone. Lol. Nora says, I don't like it. Crystal says, not gonna lie. The reason I was late today was because I was playing Wuthering Waves and forgot the time. Aw, well, I mean, at least you're doing something fun. I'd feel bad if like you were in a car accident or something bad like that. Quickgator says, facts. Eglin says, it feels like too much hair. Like, it's fine, but it feels like too much. I'm more bothered by the chops, not gonna lie. Like the sideburns. Does chat not like sideburns? I like sideburns. I think I said before, I feel like it balances out my face, huh?
I heard Logan's been rage baiting.
Vero! Vero, thank you so much for the 10 bits. How are you doing, Vero? By the way, Vero, I don't know if you saw my reply, but I loved that tweet that you posted in the Transformers channel on Discord, the whole thing about taking Hot Rod to dinner. How are you doing, Vero? We did mention you before because Oak did a Beefalonga TTS that mentioned Transformers stuff. But welcome! Did you get some good sleep? How are you doing now? You're just in time for a cross-examination, Vero! Again, I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat, though. But like I was saying with sideburns, because here's the thing, as you say, I have a gargantuan forehead. I've just always have my entire life. I'm lucky though, because it's not as big as my older brother's. His hairline is like on top of his head, so it's even like farther up than me. But so because of that, I have like a kind of a long head with a big forehead, so I feel like the sideburns kind of like balance it out. It's like, you know, make it so that it looks less big, I think. Or maybe it's just how I cope. I don't know. Quiggin said, but Eglin, he's supposed to be like a gentle lion. Eglin said, then give him a full beard or long hair. It's like all the way around the chin. Oak says, Logan, you freak! And Nora says, Logan, wait, what? Oh, because Quiggin says, ad quote, there'd be some breeding going on anyway. Why? I was just flirting with Benny. Crystal adds the quote, and Eglin there redeemed the breathe and said, since we're about 2 hours in, Quiggin said, thank you, Eglin. I wanted to redeem it earlier, but I'm saving for beef. Anyway, let's do this. As I said, press every statement, and then figure out what evidence we are going to present. Oh, and over on YouTube, though, one more comment. Toshi says, Gavel, Sean, you can't murder people every time you're having a bad day. We talked about this. Yeah, that's why you got to make sure that little kids, if you're raising little kids, don't let them swear, don't let them chew gum in public, because that stuff that just leads you down a path to murder. This kid probably swears and chews gum in public. All right, I had a bad day yesterday, messed up a couple of takes.
Hold it!
I had a bad day, never don't lie. It's a bad bomb, I don't know the words. A bad day, could you elaborate a little? Would I have to spell it out for you? It was just bad, okay? What do you think? Did he drink too much milk, maybe? How did you? Oh, no, I mean, no. Nothing like that. So it might be more accurate to say that his stomach had a bad day. Oh, man. Yeah, I am getting very lightheaded and out of breath today. I don't know what's doing it. Thank you for putting up with me today for this last section of the stream. Well, I thought milk was supposed to be good for your digestion. It probably depends if you're lactose intolerant or something. Shut up. We're done talking about that. The point is I messed up those takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today.
Hold it!
So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots? Yeah, I caused enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time around. I wasn't about to do it again. I'm a pro. Moo. One can only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his co-workers.
Sean takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration, everybody. Is it okay that I'm putting my hand on your shoulder like this? Is this nice? Does this feel nice? Does it start rubbing your shoulder a little bit? Even the take he said he messed up, it wasn't like there was actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is...
Shut up! Why do you always have to say stuff people don't like and don't need to hear?
Oh, sorry, Sean.
He could maybe work on his people skills a little more.
Anyway, as I was saying... So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple.
Hold it!
Sean, about what you just said. How many times have I made you promise? If you're going to rehearse on your own, you have to tell me. Because obviously he did something else. Because it doesn't sound like she'd be upset if he was rehearsing as long as he tells her.
No.
Well, that little outburst rather stole my thunder. Let me ask again about what you just said.
I think it's pretty cool, though, Sean. I want some of Edgeworth's thunder. I'm stealing it. I'm a thief.
More interruptions?
It's all the hours of practice that makes you the best you can be, little by little by little, and you are little. I'm the same. I went from small-time thief to average thief. Before I knew it, greatness beckoned. But now that I finally made it, I'm not about to stop doing my best, and neither should you.
May I continue? Now, Sean, do you often rehearse out loud? Nobody interrupt me! Finally! I got my question out without being interrupted.
Not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
Now, again, there was the whole thing with him looking at the Torosaurus. As I said before, it's going to be the crane with the camera tarp over it, but I don't know where that is in our evidence. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Quickgator says, I'm 500 away from 25K, I think. But the good news is that I feel like anytime you spend stuff, if Vero's here, Vero's just gonna reimburse you, refund you. Quickgator said, I'm at 24.5K. I don't know math. Oh, yep, 500 more to go. Oak says, Katie, this is not math. Quickgator says, I said I didn't math because I didn't know how much I needed from that lol. Crystal says, Oak doesn't like castles. Nora said, Oak doesn't like castles. Me and Crystal are gonna live in a European castle one day. We're planning it. Quickgator says, lol. Crystal? Oak says, and castles are way too big. I have no use for that space. Nora says, ours is blue and has heating. Oak says, see, Logan gets it. Crystal says, our castle is beautiful. And Oak is not invited to mine and Nora's castle's blue castle. Can I come visit the blue castle? Nora says, we have so much stuff in our castle too. Oak said, then it's barely even a castle. Nora with question marks. Oak says, that's just a big house with a spiky roof. Castles are made of stone. Nora said, it's made of stone, but it's painted a light blue. Oak said, why would you do that? Okay. I gotta read some more over on YouTube. Opinion says, do you want to keep streaming still, Logan? There's still almost an hour to go. I want to keep streaming. I just don't know why I'm like out of breath. I think it's the pizza. It's the pizza. Don't eat Little Caesars before talking for 3 hours straight. If it becomes like distractingly bad, let me know. But I'm enjoying the game and I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys. I only get to see you guys like 4 nights a week. That's not very much. I want to make sure I make the most of it. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? What do you mean? Of course I'm sure. It was just a regular evening. Nothing out of the ordinary. A regular evening? How can you say that? Somebody was. Kay, he's just a child. You mustn't be too hard on him. I'm trying to remember, did we see a photo of him with the body in the background? Like, was the body already there too? I can't remember. Nothing happened, really. Nothing to do with the case anyway. At least that's what it sounds like he wants us to believe. But wait, don't we have some evidence related to what happened last night? Do we? I couldn't remember. Let's review everything. Yada Grasso pin, forged letter, big building, creature feature flyer, monster footprints, crime scene notes. Was anything added to this maybe? With like new pictures? Nope. Torosaurus head, model of the first generation design, fell from the roof on set, trailer last time. That happened. So I guess that could be something, but I feel like it's not particularly incriminating. The stuffed toy, photo taken yesterday, no monster footprints in the background, movie set locks, combination lock, the front gate was left untouched while the side change gate was cut last night. I mean, that's also a thing that happened last night. So there's the head fell and this got cut last night. Oh, here we go, security camera footage. Oh no, this is the building next door. It's not the footage of him. Ms. Hart's statement, Ms. Hart was on the 51st floor storeroom the night before last, but didn't see the president pass through. Blue truck, that was a garbage truck. Oh, here we go, this is what it is. Sean's rehearsal tape filmed yesterday shows Sean rehearsing by a monster footprint. So the monster footprint is there, so the body's not in, but one print was there. And look, we can make him disappear. Aw, man, if this was a Pokemon episode, little children would be going to the hospital from epileptic seizures. Huh?
Oh, Logan, the curse already got to you? I apologize, but there's this one drawback to being my friend. I'm gonna hold your hands when I say this, but this happened to my other buddy Paul. If you don't respond to my ad for a long time, the hex gets
activated and it seems the effect has started. It's not harmful. Just inconvenient. Well, thank you very much, Vero. I do need to go. I've just been so freaking busy. I think part of the problem with why I've been so busy lately is that I don't know if you guys realize this. The videos that I edit and upload to TikTok take a while to edit. Now, if it's like a short one, you know, like a 15 to 30 second video that takes like 20 minutes, it's no big deal. But I've been posting lots of longer stuff as we've gotten to the end of our Persona 3 playthrough because there's like longer moments. And if I'm posting a 1, 2, 3 minute long video, that can sometimes take hours to make. And if I'm posting one every single day, that means hours of video editing every single day. And I've just had no free time. I'm sorry, Vero. I'm sorry, but you know what? You're an awesome friend, so I will take that hex. I will accept that inconvenience.
LMU, you're good. I saw the chance to make a bit and had to take it.
And I'm accepting the bit. The hex is real. But I am willing to shoulder that burden for the sake of our friendship, Vero. But thank you so much for the 2 sets of 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, let's so it's probably this because it shows the footprint and Sean would have like noticed that. But there's also the fact that the lock was cut and the head fell. Both are technically things that happened the night before. Let's check everything else just to be sure. Mechanic gloves, IS-7 case file incident, report on Knight, Knight's possessions, the bug, and Ms. Lloyd's tape recording of signals that were intercepted from the bug that was planned in case pin. So it's gonna be one of those 3 things. We'll save before we present one of them. We'll just see what it ends up being. We do, and we also don't have time to be humoring the lies of a child. Let's use what we have to point out the contradiction in his testimony. I'm gonna guess it's the footprint, because that'd be a big deal. If it's not the footprint, then the second likely thing would be the head falling. Because it like broke, right? The horn broke off of it, but we don't know if that necessarily happened while he was there. So let's go here, we'll save, and we're gonna try presenting the footage of him from the previous night. Go ahead and save. And let's see if we got it. We probably don't. Let's give it a shot. Present the videotape. Sean's rehearsal tape.
Objection!
Music stopped, so I think it's it, right? Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt.
Wait, that's how did you?
That's right, your rehearsal tape.
Grumble, grumble. Gah, moo.
What? You have video footage from last night?
We do, and if you want it, take it from me. Reach out and take my tape. That doesn't mean anything, I just wanted to say it suggestively. You will see that it was no ordinary evening.
There's a footprint there already.
And well, we also see over here in the dark the crumbling bits of what looks like probably another footprint. What we can't see, though, is if there's already a body there or not. Can we, like, send this to forensics to have them lighten up the brightness or something? There is, and I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set. Oh, I wonder if we can see something different with the other hole when we switch back and forth between the two, because I was looking at the fact that Sean was blinking out of existence. So let's look over at this section here. I can't see anything changing, but it's probably just because it's all dark. Sean, why would you keep this from me?
No reason.
Liar! That stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not gonna work on me. Why did you hide the tape?
Sean, you have to tell us.
Aye.
You.
Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it. Ah.
So, you're embarrassed? Is that it?
Yeah, what's so weird about that?
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence?
Sean, how could you?
Ah! Oh, give me a break.
You know about it now, don't you? I should read some more in the chat. And breathe. I also feel bad because I feel like my energy levels probably like bottom out when I'm having trouble catching my breath here. Let's see. Quigady says, I'm grabbing chips. Logan made me wobble and bobble my brain for a bit with rage. Did I guess something that was like really, really wrong? Or did I guess something that was like almost right but wrong? Nora says, because blue. Crystal says, it is a castle. Oak said, exactly. You don't really like castles. You just want a big house. Nora says, it is a castle. Oak said, if you paint your castle blue so it isn't so castle-like, then you don't even like castles. Crystal says, no, castles are different from houses. Nora said, you know castles are different colors, right? Crystal says, we have a civil char war here, laughing. Crystal says, Vero. Oak says, oh, so where Vero showed up. I gotta be really close to catching up. So in that case, what is slow mode at right now? Can we slow that down even more, probably? Yeah, let's put this down to like 5 seconds. I think that's probably good, right? Crystal says Vero. Oak says Vero. Woo. Crystal says Vero again. Nora says Vero. Vero says hi, Chad. Crystal says says I like sideburns. You look good in sideburns, Logan. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. You get a high five for that. Okay, Crystal, put your hand up to the screen. If it's on your phone, like don't actually touch because it's a touch screen. But nobody else take this high five. This high five is for Crystal. High five. Ka-chow. Quiggy says, hey, Vero, I crashed out about something in spoiler chat. Oak says, Vero, you should check Discord. Vero said, I literally just opened my eyes. Okay. Crystal says, hey, Vero, quote number 655. Breeding quote, huh?
I took the high five.
No!
Boo.
Ah! Oak, you better give that to Crystal. That was intended for Crystal. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Just breathing a bit. Over on YouTube, Toshi says, my headcanon is that Sean is lactose intolerant. I'll take it, because I'm still theorizing. I'm still running with this theory that he is secretly an adult, that he's a grown man pretending to be a little kid, and that he is lactose intolerant. Because they do say that everybody, if you live long enough, you will eventually become lactose intolerant. It's like a ticking time bomb in everybody's biology or whatever, that you will eventually become lactose intolerant. It's a matter of when, not if. And so if he's a grown man who's just impersonating a kid, then he probably already is lactose intolerant. But this whole section is making that theory seem incredibly less less likely. And so if it's not him, then the killer's identity falls back on one of the two previous suspects of either Tabby Lloyd or Simeon Saint. And I know that I was saying Simeon Saint would make more sense because that he was the one that sent the chess set, and so that could show that maybe he was kind of pulling some strings. But I feel like it would be more satisfying if Tabby Lloyd was the killer. So maybe it'd be her. Except that, like, when we talked to the kidnapper, we heard that bang over the radio, which was at the dump, but she was right by us. So, unless she wanted us to, like, find him and had left him there and just, like, edited the bang into, or the bang was just coincidence, it was something else that made a loud bang. Anyway, let's go back in the game.
Give me a break, you know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home, that was it. Certainly did not murder anybody.
What nothing about a giant monster footprint struck you as weird? Oh, she's saying what? And nothing about a giant footprint struck you as weird. It's a giant monster footprint!
On the set of a giant monster movie. Or rather, excuse me, a giant monster movie. Yeah. I do have fun sometimes. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here.
I need a better voice. Okay, at this point, I think I want Tabby Lloyd to the mastermind just so that she'll stop talking in an accent and I can give her a different voice. Because I gave her the Lotta Hart voice, not knowing Lotta was going to show up.
I don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hinky about this kid, sure as I'm standing right here.
Dang, Skippy, there is. He's hiding a scoop under them there horns, or my name ain't Lotta Hart.
Oh, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking, especially to you two. It's too many southern accents.
Objection!
No, you're not.
What?
The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening? The head falling down. I can't save. It won't let me save. It's either the head falling down or the bike lock, right? Let me check the other piece of evidence at the end. Miss Lloyd's tape, recording signals interrupted by the bug. The bug, night's possessions, report on night. I mean, the lock, but let's say the head falling down. Torosaurus head falling down.
Take that!
Oh, thank goodness. The model of Torosaurus's head fell from the roof of the trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so?
I told you I ran my lines, I went home, that was it. What do you know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something?
That's not the way a kid acts. A kid would just deny and not say, well, you can't prove it. Oh, we got a pin message on Twitch, written by Crystal. Pinned by Crystal says, Oak, ... She isn't giving my high five. She shall face my wrath and will be on timeout for 100 minutes /HJ. Well, Crystal, I'll give you another high five, but it'll have to be in the secret moderator chat then instead. Okay. I gotta read some more in the chat though. Vera says, wow, I do not want to know what I missed. Said, where did Sean's accent come from? It's just, I don't know. From the South, I guess. Suraski didn't want you missed with the quote 655. Penny Nichols mentioned, she said there was no breeding going on. Just saying. I can't remember why. Quiga said, Vera, we saw Peek with Eustace. Vera said, what Peek? Oh, Vera, we did. You missed it. Quiga said he beat up his dad. Vera says, oh my gosh. Quiga said, all while smelling like literal trash. I wish I was joking about that, but he did go to the dump. Vera said, can't believe I missed it. Quiga said, I'm mad that Beowulf missed it, to be honest. Well, Beowulf doesn't like Eustace. So it's nice that we were all able to have a celebratory moment of Eustace fanning out on, I don't know what you want to call it, unsullied by someone not liking it. Unless we think it might have warmed up Beowulf to Eustace. I don't think it would have. Oak says, also, Logan made a big, long joke about Eustace sticking his hand in a big dump truck to get his tool. Oh, and it just got crossed out because Crystal, there we go. Crystal timed out Oak for 30 seconds. Oh, there's Beowulf. So speaking of which, hello, Lonely Man Beowulf. How you doing? Welcome. So even after the end of Eustace's arc, you still, am I correct that you still aren't a fan? Even after all that? It was pretty awesome, though. Over on YouTube, Jack says, Sean sounds like a robot at this point. How does that tie into your theory, Logan? Well, if it's a robot, robots don't like age unless you upgrade parts, so that would make it easier for him to be older than he actually is and impersonating a kid. It all fits. He's a robot. Oh, I gotta breathe for a second. Hang on. Also, chat, we are almost to the 2.5 hour mark, which means now is a really good time to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions. There we go. Crystal says, with a pin message, I am abusing my mod powers. That's what they're there for. Why give you mod powers if you're not going to abuse them? Quigita said, Beowulf, am I magic? Oak says, Bayo. Beowulf says, I was watching Fall Guy with my partner. Is it good? Quigita said, Logan, I'm pretty sure Vero can't refund beef longas. Oh, you can't? Oh, probably because it's not like a Twitch native thing. Vera says, yeah, beef longas aren't refundable. Quigita says, hence the hard saving. Crystal says, you are invited to our Q Castle, Logan. Awesome! I get to visit a castle. Nora said, Crystal, do we let Logan in? Oak says, raid suggestions here. Okay, I gotta copy these down. Even though they're timed out suggestions, I can still copy these raid suggestions down into my text file. Give me just one quick second here. Copy some of these over. Thank you very much, Oak. And let's play a little bit more here. And then I'll be back to chat soon.
Or are you saying you can prove I know something?
Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell off to Sean left.
No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over.
Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night any more than is absolutely necessary. What is he hiding? Not so fast.
Hold it right there.
Huh? What is it, Agent Lang?
So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely.
What? There was something else on that tape?
Yep, look closely. See the costume up in the top left?
Oh, did the costume change when we switched times? No, the costume's the same. I'm gonna take my camera down for a split second so you guys can take a look at it. Not a split second, but I mean, you can see the zipper is open there. There's, oh, is this something here? No, I think it's just fur coming off the back of the heels. I mean, it looks like it's all in one piece, but it's open. And it's on a dolly. Is that not where it's supposed to be? Huh. Well, let's find out. Oh yeah, the Torosaurus suit.
Something's different. Do you see it?
It has its horns and the zipper is open. Is that different than it looks now? Oh, the zipper is covered up by his fur. I'm not sure. He's just kind of hanging around and looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight. I just like that Penny Nichols is back on the screen again. I thought she was only gonna have a small cameo. She's been like a big part of this case. I'm very happy about that. And Will Powers is glaring at us. He's staring us down. He's angry at chat for speaking ill of his chest hair earlier. The zipper? Huh? That's... Oh, the...
Your head is over the dinosaur and it's amusing me.
Oh, was it on the other? I should check where it was, and then when we get back to that screen, I'll see if I can put my head back over it. I hope we go back to that screen. Otherwise, I might not be able to. So thank you very much, Vera. I was the dinosaur. Everybody, what was it? Or open the floor, get on the... No, open the door, get on the floor. Everybody, walk the dinosaur. Thank you for the 10 bits, Vera. I'll read some more over on YouTube, because a bunch of stuff just appeared over there. Jack says, is milk his fuel? Perhaps, maybe. I bet you could probably figure out a way to have milk be some kind of a fuel for something. Science, enough of it, yeah? Opinion says, I'm gonna call it a night. IEP, take care of yourself, Logan. Thank you so much for being your opinion. I'm so glad that you were able to be here for the cool Eustace stuff earlier. Have a good rest of your night, Opinion. If you're going to bed, sleep well. Valtube saying bye, Opinion. Valtube, welcome. How are you doing? Wait, well, were you here earlier at the beginning? I can't remember. Were you, or I feel like you just got here, but maybe you were here at the beginning. Jack says, Logan using his vanishing powers. Not many people know this, but Logan is a deity beyond us, gracing us with his presence. Jax, I have had to multiple times try and convince chat members to not form a cult and worship me. So don't talk about the deity powers. There's gonna be idolatrous worship again. But thank you for noticing, Jax. Jax says there's so much characters here. That's what I'm saying. It feels like the end of a big mystery where you bring everybody in and then you say the butler did it. Except most of these characters obviously didn't do it. There are very few it could be. And the fact that bringing Lotta Hart back along with Tabby Lloyd is increasing my suspicion of her. Because we did see Simeon Saint, but he's been gone for a while. It'd be great if the murderer was Money the Monkey and Ratatouille'd Simeon Saint to do the murder. Huh? That's...
Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper is wide open!
Huh?
Theory. Some pieces got tubes of water as coolers instead of fans. And Sean's been drinking milk whenever he got upset/mad. Just saying.
Oh, so it's not necessarily a fuel, it's a coolant. And maybe his backpack is like thermal insulated to keep all the milk cold. And so that's what he's got to do. So it goes through the tubes to have like, to absorb the heat from the rest of his like computer gears and parts and things. I think Vero figured it out. There we go. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero.
Why? Because somebody's inside the suit. That's why.
Oh, so we're saying the body was hidden. Oh, because we were trying to figure out earlier if he got killed 2 nights ago where the body was hidden. I feel like that wouldn't work because if you stuffed him into the suit, he'd be kind of in the shape of the suit. And I don't know if you guys realize this, when you die, rigor mortis sets in relatively quickly. Like, you wouldn't just be like a floppy rag doll for days afterward.
What?
Mr. Powers, that zipper! What can you tell us about it?
Well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use.
That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off the Big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the bodies somewhere?
Here? But where?
There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you can hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again.
You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Torosaurus suit? All right, check the suit then. There'd be like evidence, there'd be like trace hairs or something like that, DNA. Yeah, look at it. I'm gonna have a sip of water. I'm gonna read some more chat because I'm still so far behind. Well, once again, 2.5 hours in, keep an eye for raid suggestions for the 3-hour mark if anybody has them. Crystal says to Nora, yes. Nora says, okay. Crystal said, Crystal with a couple of raid suggestions. Let me copy these over. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for always coming up with these raid suggestions, everybody. Oak says, add quote, reach out and take my tip. I didn't say tip, I said tape. You can't just change the words for a quote, then it's not a quote, it's a misquote. Vera said, tape, Oak. Crystal says, no. Vera says, lurk, I need to get up. Wake up, Vero. Get fully woken up. Oak says, question mark. Vera said he said tape, not tip. Crystal said, Logan said tape, not tip. Oak says, oh, darn, says, I took the high five. That was TTS earlier. Queen Katie says, I will say that you keep saying something that is sort of correct, but very wrong at the same time. And at this point, it feels like a running gag now. I made an entire rant folder to show you when the thing is revealed one day. The day that you finally get the right thing, I will cheer and be happy for the rest of the game. So it's something that's kind of right, but very, very wrong. Well, the big mystery that I keep going back to is it's got to be...
Don't you feel vindicated that your mods got your back?
I do appreciate that. Like, I feel like lesser mods would have just been like, oh, Logan said that about a tip. Okay, I will put that in as a quote. And then I would look ever the inappropriate fool. So thank you very much, Vero, for noticing it was tape, not tip. Thank you, and thank you for the 10 bits also. Okay, so one thing, and I guess it's not really a mystery, but I keep going back to is the thing with the kids of Carmelo Gusto and Artie Frost. Because that's gotta tie in somehow. If not, I'm gonna be almost as disappointed as I was when the Chief Justice's kid died of incuritis for no reason. So, But I've also, how many characters have I accused of being one of those two kids? It's probably the fact that I keep saying like female characters could be one of the sons too. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, I appreciate it. And Oak says, it's your fault for not being faster at high-fiving him. Oh, and Moonlight! How you doing, Moonlight? Says, hi, Logan. Hour mark 2:22. I just got home from work. Look at that. Less than 15 minutes behind. I'm actually doing quite good. Over on YouTube, ValTube says, I wasn't at the beginning of the stream because I was watching other stream. Oh, well, I hope you had fun at whatever other stream you have. Good to have you here now, ValTube. Jack says, I'm glad I could secure a spot in your new world. No, not a mistake. I'm not. No, don't do the worship in. Jax. ValTube says, can I join the Logan Worship Club? No! It's not allowed. I need to make that a formalized rule. Jack says, perhaps, but that isn't up to me. Anyway, let's play some game. Let's take some time for the game. You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Taurosaurus suit?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Gavel? You pushed the president off the roof just like I said. Then you hid his body inside that costume.
I most certainly did not. I still think that if Sean is guilty, she might have done some more stuff to cover up things for him, but I don't know.
Protest all you like, I'm not gonna believe you. You're the only person who could have done this.
Objection! I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Gavel would have been able to get in here.
And what if she came to pick up her kid? Hang on. What if she had an accomplice? Ah, there, kid. An accomplice.
What?
I've got a little theory for you. A little game theory. I think you're gonna like it.
Oh, we're doing 2 cross-examinations in one night. Nice.
Mother and child murderers, by which I mean a mother and a child who are both murderers, not someone who is a murderer of mothers and children.
Let's also save again because we're beginning a new cross-examination. Just always good to have a reminder at the beginning of new benchmarks. Is that a word? I don't know. Crystal says, you timeout to Oak. Says, yay, Oak is still getting the timeout. Reason, she took my 5. Crystal said, yes, I am abusing my mod powers. Quigator said, wait, what's this music? Is Clavier somewhere? Crystal says, potential Clavier. Did I miss Clavier music? Veer said, that's Clavier's only cameo in AAI 2. He was in AAI 1. Oh yeah, because somebody said like the Governor symbol was on the thing. Crystal says, ooh. Quigator says, I love how I look over at my followed categories and find peeps to raid, see AAI 2 on the list and go, gasp, someone else playing, and it is just Logan. Veer said, it's his evil twin. That's right. It's that VTuber we introduced. It's that no gal person. How dare, how dare.
What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off the roof? If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. Then they work to hide the body together too. By dragging it over the Taurosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
You think the murder was really that carefully planned?
It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
Overruled.
To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this it's unthinkable.
She's letting her feelings for Sean get in the way of her judgment. You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm gonna listen to a word you say?
But what about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang?
I just thought he was ugly. People do that sometimes. This is an ugly guy. Looks weird. Makes you question humanity. It's like, how can a person look like that? It's just messed up, you know. Had that thought ever crossed my mind before now, I probably would have killed him. You know, if that is your motive, that is understandable. I'm sorry about all this. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious. Even you have to agree with that.
It is suspicious. Judge Gavel, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details. It's gonna have something to do with Sean's past, right? Maybe what happened 12 years ago and why she has adopted him as her child. My apologies, but that is the one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured that should that ever change, you will be the first to know. Okay, so it's something that's capable of changing, huh? So please, you...
Have to believe me. Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest.
I've got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent, Moo.
Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? But let me guess, you're still gonna try and stick up for them?
It's true. Judge Gavel's actions certainly make her seem suspicious. But nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one.
No, and like I said, I'm leaving a motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed.
Honestly, like, it's not the best, most amazing logic, but for want of a better suspect, it's reasonable. Mother and child murderers. Once again, you guys know the drill. We're gonna press every statement, and then we'll figure out what to present. We're getting through 2 cross-examinations tonight. We're being so productive. I gotta read some more in the chat. Let's see, Vera says, oh man, missed it by a second. Oh, the head or the dinosaur thing, I'm sorry. Crystal says, hail Logan, we have a cult, hail, no! No hailing! Vera says, laughing. Oak said, to be fair, I legit just misheard laughing. Moonlight said, morbid fact, rigor goes away after about 36 to 48 hours. Wait, really? I thought that, like, without blood pumping through the system, you just, like, it would just all kind of freeze and harden up. So a day and a half to 2 days later, bodies go limp again? Is that what we're saying? Wow, how do you know this, Moonlight? Quiggy says, what? Vera said, honestly fair to Oak. Quiggy said, the blaring guitar in the background, lol. It was very noticeable. We're talking about, like, Lang's entrance music when he comes in? Or maybe not. Maybe I just missed it. I'm sorry. Vera said, but isn't Nogal an FPS person? He never plays visual novels. Oh, that is true. That is true. Quiggy said, to be fair, by the way, I'm glad that, Vera, that you remember that bit of made-up lore for that day. I never thought we'd have to reference it again. Quiggy said, to be fair, we're playing as Miles, the opposite of Phoenix. Oak says, Nogal is platinum in League of Legends. It's an FPS game I have never... is that an FPS game I never played? No, I think it's like a top-down RTS game, maybe? I'm not sure, actually. Oak said, actually, wait, isn't platinum an Overwatch thing? I don't know. Quiggy says, I don't know, lol, I don't do either game. Oh, wow, there's only like 2 comments left until I'm caught up. I should check over at YouTube. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Oh, I'm actually still caught up on YouTube. Hooray! A little bit more water, we'll get back in the game. There we go. All right, let's press every statement and figure out what we're gonna present evidence to.
What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off the roof?
Hold it!
That's a tall building. It's over 50 stories, right? Moonlight says, you know about dead bodies? If someone fell off a 50-story building, wouldn't that person kind of splat? I think it's like being hit with the ground. It splat. It splat a lot. You're seriously suggesting that a child could have been an accomplice in this murder? Look at him. He's still in elementary school. Oh, he's going to be offended because he's in junior high, right? There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something that's... okay, there's probably a minimum age for murder. I think if you're 7, you can say, nah, I couldn't do it. If you're 8, you could totally help in murder.
I think I mentioned that he's in junior high, right? Fully capable of murder. Fully capable of murder.
Lang Z says, open that right up. You know, one of these days I should, like, draw my face on the back of this scroll so you can, like, still be looking at me. Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. It doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty, and he'll be treated as such. Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh? I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. You're saying he deserves mercy just because of his age?
Of course not. I'm saying there's no way he did this, and I'm going to prove it to you.
I'll look forward to it, but be warned, I'm only just getting warmed up. If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away.
Hold it!
Goes away how, exactly? Well, because the other lock, everybody in the cast knew, and so he could just open up that and then she comes in, right?
I thought you might try this. But you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the roof. Pushes, okay, maybe she could drop kick him. You ever think about that? And the kid opens up the combination lock because he knows the code. Yup, yeah, kid opens code, knows lock, gotcha. Everything checks out. Crap, Mr. Edgeworth, I think Shot is guilty. Okay, the other way around. And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code.
That would explain away the problem of the lock. It's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Light. I like how polite he is. I feel like he's never this polite to us as Phoenix Wright. Anytime we like correct him on something, he's never, oh, thank you so much, Mr. Wright. Please continue. Like I hope Phoenix isn't gonna get jealous that Edgeworth gets along so much better with Lang.
I will. And hopefully this next part will shut you up for good. They then work to hide the body together, too.
Hold it! But if the two of them were working together, why would they need to hide the body for a full day?
What are they gonna do, like eat it? He's a little guy. You can't eat that much of a person in one night. Also, do my eyebrows connect to my hair? Is this the first time I'm noticing that? That's weird. My eyebrows grow into my hair. Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over, not veroing over, puzzling over what they were up to even out. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save, and I'll also save right before we present evidence. Thank you, Toilet Duck. Oh, also, crap, we're like 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Last call for raid suggestions. We already got some, so we're probably good. But if anybody has more, now's a good time to put them there. And I'll read some chat in a little bit here. But let's just get through the last couple of statements we're gonna push, or press, not push, press. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once and for all. Ready? Good. So like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body. By dragging it over to the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you? Again, look for like traces of like little bits of hair or something like that. Dude had like a lot of hair. Look at look at him. Look at all that. He would have shed something in there. You can't say for certain there was a body in there at the time, can you? Might even be like a residual smell or something.
Maybe not, but we can take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I'd put money on us finding proof it was in there.
Yeah, yes, let's do this. Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers?
Oh, not at all. Might be a little ripe, though. Gets pretty sweaty in there.
Oh. Okay, I don't know why. I immediately thought that was like a butt. Oh, but this has got to be the stuff that's on the glove. Right? There's all these little bits of shards of something I keep mentioning. And there's all of it inside there, too. Huh? It's filthy!
Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it can get kind of moldy.
In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume.
Oh, I immediately thought that was a different thing. Very specific shape of the opening.
Oh, the shape of the opening!
Boo.
Oh, sorry, I had like a hiccup coming there right as you did the boo, so I couldn't pretend to be scared. I mean, really be scared. Wink. Whenever I get this weird indigestion and like I can't breathe, I always feel like I got the hiccup. So sorry about that, I'll do it now. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Okay, I've definitely got the hiccups now. Hang on. I gotta get rid of there. Okay. Usually that helps. I think I'm good. But thank you for the 10 bits. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to the opening. I was paying attention to like the shading on what was in there. Oh, and a poll has appeared on Twitch. A paid poll says, what is No Gal's favorite game? Okay, for anyone who's lurking or over on YouTube or might not know, No Gal was the name that we came up for. On April Fool's, I did a fake VTuber debut. Oh, there's that hiccup again. The options for favorite game are League of Legends, Fortnite, AAI 3, he got early access, Overwatch, or none. He touched grass. I'm gonna say, Sorry, I got the hiccups real bad. I gotta hold my breath for a minute. Okay, hang on, everybody. Wow, why? Oh, you're probably trying to scare me because that's for hiccups. Thank you. I appreciate that.
The dirt there must have come from the body.
I guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. So maybe it might be like little pieces of concrete or something like that. Wow! Thank you for the Tomcat as well. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on the hiccups, so we don't need any more of that. I think we're set now, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys weren't able to like really hear them. I always try to kind of stifle the sound that the hiccups make. But thank you very much. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty.
Exactly. Well, everybody happy? The inside of the suit is covered with dirt, so it must be from when the body was hidden there.
Okay, that was added. So we have a new statement. Let's press that. That's probably going to be the one that we're going to present evidence to. We got like 10 minutes before the 3-hour mark. Plenty of time for us to figure out what piece of evidence to present here. If the dirt is from when the body was hidden inside the suit, we're assuming that it came directly from the body, correct?
Ha, what are you even talking about? Of course we are. Where else would it have come from?
Two nights ago is before Excelsius Winter got arrested. Because there's all these little flakes of stuff in here that's on his gloves, are we gonna say Excelsius Winter wore the suit? Did he Scooby-Doo this? Was he run around like, rawr, I'm Torosaurus? It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere. Especially around the part where the chest would have been. The chest? Oh! I think that might be an important clue. Okay, wait, yeah. Because on his chest, there was dirt. And there's dirt. Crap, that's bad. That's bad for us. His theory hangs together pretty well, I have to say. It's certainly the case that they could have carried out the murder if they were working together. I don't think we stand to gain much by disputing that. So what do we do instead? We listen carefully to his testimony once more. Oh, the poll is done, and AAI3, he got early access as one with 56% of the vote. Contributing 20 channel points. Second place was none. He touched grass. Third place, the tie between Fortnite and Overwatch. Well, that's how you know that, again, that he's the opposite of me, because I don't do like emulators and ROMs and stuff like that. If he got early access, he probably got illegal access. He's an amoral streamer person. And we can tease out anything of value. Okay, so it's gonna be that final statement. Let's go back to that here. And let's save before we present evidence here. Oh, you know what it's gonna be? It's probably gonna be that his body only had dirt on the chest and didn't have dirt everywhere. And if he was in there, he'd probably be completely covered in dirt. Inside the suit was covered in dirt, must have been from when the body was hidden in there. So go ahead and present. And let's try that. Let's present the body. Surrounded by shards of concrete, flecks of something yellow, so it's not even dirt. It's just yellow. And there's no sign of whatever the yellow, when I was looking at it, I forgot. I thought it was dirt. It's mustard. Mustard. There's no mustard in this suit, bro. Ah! Oh, tap, 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 tap. So, our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case?
Why? Is there a problem?
The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty. Yeah, it really is. But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. If the victim had been crammed in there, as you suggest, his chest would have surely been covered in dirt.
Ah! Fine, so what's your explanation? How did all the dirt get inside there?
I'm gonna read some more in the chat now. Let's see, Moonlight says, I admittedly am basing this on cats. Rigor mortis goes away after a bit. That's also about when the smell starts. Oh, that's sad, because that implies like dead pets and things like that. It's not fair that like pets don't live as long as you do. I do like there was that old meme that talks about how that, yeah, you know, you get a dog or a cat, they live for 15, 20 years, that's it. short part of your life, but you're there their entire life. And you just keep living, and it kind of compared you to elves, this mystical race of people that live super, super long that get to be with them. Quinkity said, so I actually would have had a spoiler clip after this testimony, but I forgot to go back and clip the thing. Well, we can start with it next time, right? But I appreciate that, Quinkady. Oak says, oh, dang, I was way off. Crystal, disabled slow mode. And there was the poll, what's No Gal's favorite game? Quinkady said, captions keep hearing Sean as shot. Well, maybe he shot someone too. Maybe he's done like multiple murders. He's a very capable young man. Let's see, Quinkady said, captions, we're still puzzling over, not borrowing over, puzzling over what they're up to. Yeah, it thinks veroing is borrowing. Veroing with a V, borrowing. Crystal says, maybe the reason he's polite is because he just wants someone who can dom him. Crystal says, who said that? I don't know. Somebody who had access to your account very briefly for that moment. Oak says, Big Vero doesn't want you to know this one simple trick. Wait. Are you saying like big puzzle, like the companies that make puzzles? Oak says, you also, Crystal, could you do a poll redeem perchance? Nora said, Logan is good background noise for reading Yuri. Am I? I feel like it's like two girls like, ooh, I'm a girl, I want to kiss you, but I'm also a girl. Is that forbidden? No, we're going to smooch. And you're like, Yuri lady smooches. Quinkady says, ad quote, look at all that he would have shed something down there. He would have. Oak says, Nora, what does that say about you? Nora said, doesn't say anything, that I like Logan Robo playing Ace Attorney, and I like Yuri. Crystal adds, quote, Quinkady said, Crystal, did you just pin the quote? Crystal says, dear phone, stop pinning things. Oh, did you pin it? And there was a light mode. That must have been when I had hiccups there. Let's take a look over on YouTube really quickly. Jack says, Logan's current known weaknesses are jump scares, hiccups, pizza, and heat. A lot of those are connected, like the hiccups and the pizza, apparently. I think what it is that if I eat the pizza too soon before stream, I get indigestion, and it like makes me get. Can you get hiccups from indigestion? I think maybe. But yeah, and it makes me feel out of breath and just like, kind of like that. That is the scientific description of what I feel like. Quinkady said, captions, sorry, I got the hickums real bad. Oak said, I thought that might help you, Logan. Nora said, double help. Quinkady said, I'm 100 away from beef. Yay! Also, I definitely can do my beef longer when I want to. Crystal does some gambling. Some more gambling. Oak says, one piece of evidence. Crystal says, no. Oak said, I need to read the new chapter. I'm assuming it's out now because it normally leaks on Thursdays. Quinkady said, guys, I think Logan is colorblind, apparently. Yellow and brown are similar, and it's like dark in there, like different shades of colors and things. Nora said, the Yuri is real sad today, chat. Probably because there's like Logan noise in the background. Quinkady said, you'll see when he presents the correct thing, lol. Oak says, what? No Gal isn't amoral. He's clearly very trustworthy. Oak, what is the one thing I told you not to do with No Gal is don't trust him. Quinkady said, Logan has the correct answer for wrong reason. Quinkady says, huzzah. Oh, yay, he's not colorblind. Vera said, what did I come back to? Nora says, yes, I don't even know. Quinkady says, stuff. Nora said, Logan is good background noise for me reading Yuri, apparently. Vera says, I would assume Logan is the worst background noise when reading. He's great for when you need someone to yap or to help you sleep. That helps you sleep as well. You're laying down. You're dozing off in a slumberland. Slumberville, maybe. I don't name the locations. But you're falling asleep. All tucked in nice and tight to your bed. And Oak with a clip here. Let's load this one up in the clip viewer so we can all watch this together. Again, if anyone's lurking or doesn't know the deal, I mean, hopefully this will work. Oak's last clip didn't work, but if someone posts a clip, we load it up into our clip viewer so we can watch it together and see what happens. Oh, it's only from 2 minutes ago. I'm very close to catching up to chat.
Exactly. The one thing you said not to do is don't trust him, so it's a double negative. What a trustworthy young android.
I don't think that's how double negatives work. But I say don't trust him, there's only one negative in there, right? Or is it because it's because I said the one thing I said not to do. Oh crap, there's a double negative. Took me a second there. I'm caught up now. Not quite to chat, but with what you were saying. But thank you for the 10 bits, I appreciate that. Oh, you got me with grammar. Okay, so let's watch this clip from 2 minutes ago.
Like, ooh, I'm a girl, I want to
titled Average Logan Robo Stream.
Is that forbidden? No, we're going to smooch. Then you're like, Yuri lady smooches.
It cuts off right in the middle. Yeah. Thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that. I'm so close to catching up to chat. I'm so close to catching up. Nora says, it's not. Queegator says, because I'm broke. Save the game, Logan. Save the game. Okay, I will do that. So make sure to save right now before I forget. Thank you very much. Queen Katie, I can't remember if I might have saved already, but I probably didn't. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Queen Katie says, toilet duck, quack, quack. Crystal says, Logan is good background noise. I think it would depend on the activity that you're doing that I'm in the background of. Vera said, one time I fell asleep sitting upright while watching him. That is impressive. I hope you didn't like fall down and hurt yourself. Queen Katie said, well, I'm not broke. I have 24.9k points, but I must hold all I can for the beef. And Crystal says, meow. And there, 3 hours and 8 seconds, almost exactly 3 hours. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, see, I'm doing the Lethal Company dance this time. There we go. Oh, boy. And I once again, just got to breathe a tiny little bit here. Okay, so, by the way, if anybody is lurking, I want to give you the rundown of the channel right now real quick while we're caught up here. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We are currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. So that means that tomorrow's game is going to be Metaphor, very exciting part that we're at in the game right now. And then on Sunday, we're going to be picking up where we're leaving off tonight with this. So it'll be like the fallout from this cross-examination. We'll see where it goes. It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun, and yay for realsies. Let's take a look at the raid suggestions we got and find which one has the fewest number of viewers. Oh, it's a game that, the one that has the fewest number of viewers, I think is a game that Queen Katie doesn't like very much. So she'll probably need to like take off right after the raid initiates. But before we do that though, I also want to post this over to YouTube before Crystal beats me to it, because she probably will. She's probably working on it right now. If you're lurking over on YouTube, here's a link tree that includes all our social media, including a Discord invite link. We have a small community, but very amazing. No pressure if you don't want to join. Not everybody likes Discord. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all the social media is there. Feel free to use it, ignore it. There's no pressure. I just want you to know it's there, all right? There's some more comments appearing now. Oak says, think of the very killer teen stream. It made me smile. Or as a JoJo localization would say, Deadly Queen. Oh, yeah, because they can't say like a lot of musical stuff. So was there a stand named after Killer Queen? Was that what it's called? Was that a... yeah, it's they had to call it Deadly Queen. Queen Gator said, thank you for the best peak stream. Crystal says, I once slept while Logan was yapping. The next time I opened my eyes, I was in a different stream. We raided laughing. Or maybe I just transformed into a different person. Oak says, Deadly Teen. Queen Gator said, see y'all next time for surely beating up dragons and or Louise. I know we got a couple of dragon trials. Maybe we're gonna do the Louise dungeon. We finally maxed out all of our friends. So it's just action from here on out. Crystal says, thank you for Sniff. No more use to stream. Queen Gator says, what? Which one? Wait, which one? What? Beer said, I'm gonna have a long day today. Huh? Did you not sleep well? Quigita said, don't tell me it's mouthwashing. Vera said, probably Class of 09. I mean, maybe. I'm not gonna say which one it is. Although, crap, one of the... It's a locker room scene right now, and one of the girls is in her underwear, so that's probably a bad thing. So I'm gonna drag this out a little bit before we do the raid, in case anyone is offended by the idea of a girl in her underwear, okay? Let's see. Queen Gator says, Oak gives a hug to Vero. Queen Gator said, yeah, definitely a Class of 09 hater. I know, because when we played it, you did not like it. Crystal says, I did recommend a Class of 09 stream. Nora said, Class of 09, I love Class of 09. And there's some more commands there. Let's see. Nora says, I hate the game creator so much, but I love the game. Vera said, thank you for the very rage-baiting stream. You know what, I'm going to go ahead now and start to initiate the raid, because we don't want to lose all of our lurkers while I'm waiting for her to leave from her okay, she's not in her underwear anymore. Yay. And Crystal, thank you for posting the raid message. I'll go ahead and copy that over my clipboard as well. Oak said, good night, everyone. Love y'all. Vera said, I'll go back to sleep after stream. It's just gonna be a long day in general. Well, I hope it goes well. I hope it's not like too stressful of long day, because like sometimes you can have a long day, but it's full of good stuff. I hope it's that kind of day for you, Vero. Nora said, I am very offended by that. Over on YouTube, let's see, Jack says, Logan, your good background noise for me playing P4G. Hey, how about that? I love Persona 4 Golden. Let me know when Chie appears. I'll just shout Chie. Jack says, can't wait for next AAI2 stream. I'm looking forward to like all the streams right now. I feel like both games are in really exciting times here. So thank you all for hanging out with me again and for putting up with me in the last hour not being able to breathe. I felt like we had reached a pretty good rhythm where that hadn't happened in quite a while. So I'm sorry about that. Moonlight says, later, y'all. Oak with some mantis emos. Crystal says, night. Yes, good night, everybody, or afternoon if you're on the other side of the world. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It means the world to me that you would spend so much time with me. 3 hours is a long time, and I cherish every minute with you guys. You're the best community. You're amazing friends. You're wonderful. You're supportive, and you're awesome. Jack says, so long, my Messiah. No! But anyway, Oak says, Logan, don't be sorry about your terrible lungs. Vera said, yep, take it easy. Oak said, blame your freak lungs. I don't think it's my lungs. I think it's my stomach. But anyway, love and appreciate you all. Enjoy the raid, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye. 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 And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, good night as well.